Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How's it going? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 421. Episode number 421 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. And I'm also on the Twitter alternative, folks, Gab, under the same name, PoliticsGhost. Now, folks, I want to say first and foremost my apologies for not necessarily having a show yesterday because I had to rest, to say the least, folks. All right, I mean, I've been going 100 miles an hour for a long period of time. I had to just take a rest yesterday, and I don't know if you can tell today I'm a little bit more energized, a little bit more rejuvenated, but I do regret taking yesterday off. A lot of things have transpired. You see, you can't even just take one day off. You can't even take a goddamn break out here. You take a break for a second, and all kinds of hell is breaking loose in the so-called alt-right. I don't know if you folks have been aware of this. Well, the alt-right, and this comprises of a decent amount of individuals who help organize a certain faction of the online community to vote for Trump or be pro-Trump, to that capacity. Now, a lot of these characters are thinking that they are on some level of a soapbox, and they deserve, I don't know what the hell they deserve, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. As a matter of fact, we're going to dedicate a majority of the show to that particular situation because I've got some very strong opinions on this subject matter, and I'm talking about all the names out here that are supposed to be the alt-right leaders. And I like how these goddamn mainstream media people try to automatically put people in a pedestal that wasn't even there. I'm talking about people like Mike Cernovich and Milo Yiannopoulos and, you know, this character Richard Spencer and Baked Alaska. If you don't know who the hell Baked Alaska is, he's the guy that pretty much gave the mainstream media a news point to be able to exploit this, because this has been on every goddamn newsreel, at least online newsreel that I've been a part of, and let me tell you, it's all the alt-right is splitting. Oh my God, look, there's a dissension in the alt-right. Oh God. Listen, I've got some real strong opinion about these folks, and not to mention Sam Hyde, his name came into this whole debate. We're going to talk about that here later on. But what the hell has Sam Hyde got to do with anything? Anyway, listen. I'm going to get through these goddamn markets really, really fast because I really do want to talk about this, all right? Because while these egomaniacs that are supposed to be the so-called leaders of the alt-right are trying to, pull out their pecker shafts and have some kind of a schlonghead contest, we've got Obama and the leftists and the globalists and everybody who's against this Trump presidential election. They're trying to do everything in their power to thwart the swearing in of Donald Trump. And meanwhile, we've got all these jerk asses over here more worried about, deplorables. Deplorables for crying. Get the hell out. I mean, God, listen. We're going to talk about that here in a second because I'm upset about this, all right? Let me tell you, everybody, and look, we could add Alex Jones onto this list. I can add a few more characters on this list. You people need to pipe your egos down, all right? I mean, you people, don't get me wrong, you all contributed to the election of Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, but so did I, and so did everybody who had a deplorable in their name, who was pro-Trump, who had, Trump titles, Trump profiles, MAGA. I mean, listen, this had nothing to do with one exclusive person to get Trump elected. And I feel that many of these so-called leaders of the so-called alt-right section of the Trump train over here, they're trying to not just pat themselves on the back as if they deserve some level of a goddamn cabinet seat or some crap, but now they're trying to splinter amongst each other because, listen, I'm going to talk about that here in a second. It just pisses me off that these idiots, who have influence, all right? I'm talking about all of them, Cernovich, Baked Alaska, Milo Yiannopoulos, all these idiots, they have influence out here, and instead of worrying about a potential World War III situation, and folks, right before I came on this broadcast, Obama retaliated against the Russians. He has now, basically expelled 35 Russian diplomats and closed 2 compounds, Russian compounds. I believe one was in Maryland, and I think another one was in New York, if I'm not mistaken. This is, of course, in response to whatever the Barack Obama's allegations are in relation to Russia meddling around with the presidential elections, which he hasn't produced a goddamn thing. And let me tell you, even if he did, I wouldn't believe him. I can't believe that we're even still doing this. But meanwhile, while the president's doing not just this as it pertains today with the 35 Russian diplomats being expelled and the closing of the 2 compounds, but we also have Barack Obama passing the NDAA 2017, which has that ridiculous Countering Propaganda Act, or whatever the hell it's called, for Christ's sake, which basically federalizes, if you really read into it, it's very complicated, vague, legalese language, but it federalizes all communication. And basically, let me tell you something. We're going to talk about that also in a little bit, but I don't like the implications of that. Now that I've read the intricacies and the legalese of that, that is also something that we need to discuss on a very intricate level. And these guys over here on the right, the alt-right, the so-called mouthpieces, the so-called leadership, these guys are more worried about pulling out their wing-wangs out, seeing how long their schlong heads are. Who cares, all right? Oh, listen, let me get to the markets, folks. I want to go off on these assholes. I'm sorry. I'm tired of these egomaniacs, man. Look, okay, great. You contributed. Listen, let me calm down here. Look, I'm going to get a beer, all right? I'm sorry. I gotta do something, man. Are you kidding me? If not, I'm going to start really getting upset and start throwing stuff around. I'm not joking around here. So let me go ahead and get a beer going on here. And I hear Baked Alaska is an alcoholic or is a recovering alcoholic. Well, this one's for you, Baked Alaska. All right, here. This one's for you, you quitter. Recovering alcoholic. Get the hell out. Get out of here. I'm sick of that. Why don't you just shut your mouth and just not have a drink? All right, how about that? We don't need to know that you're a recovering alcoholic. I don't care. No one cares. Why don't you just shut your mouth and don't have a goddamn drink? How about that? Jesus Christ. Sick of it. Look, I'm sorry. Listen, people could accuse me of having a little bit of an alcohol problem, but I don't. I'm a connoisseur. You understand that? And not to mention, I'm financially well off enough to be able to do this as a leisure activity and it not even scratch a dent in whatever the hell I'm doing in my goddamn finances. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you take that what you will, but as far as I'm concerned, I can still function and fulfill my obligations to sustain, and not just sustain, but to continue to progress my lifestyle. But anyway, this is for you, Baked Alaska, and for all you recovering alcoholics out there, why don't you just keep it all to yourself and shut up and just not have a drink, or I don't know, I don't care if you're recovering alcoholic. Listen, not to get off on a rant on this, all right? I'm sorry, I'm just a little pissed off. Obviously, I'm not in the best of moods here. But, recovering alcoholics, recovering drug addicts, okay, great. What do you want, a cookie? I'm a recovering alcoholic, dude. Okay, great. You're a recovering alcoholic. What the hell do you want from me? What do you want? Hey, that's good, buddy. Hey, are you okay? What do you want? Jesus Christ, man. Look, I'm sorry if you're a recovering alcoholic. I'm not, listen, I know people have problems, sometimes people just don't know when to quit. Sometimes, people overeat. Sometimes people drink too much. Sometimes people smoke too much. I'm just saying, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All right? So anyway, this one's for you, Baked Alaska. How you like that? Here. Some nice, good beer here. Look. Good stuff. Good stuff. Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Anyway, let's get to the markets, folks. I want to get through this, and I want to get to the crux of the subject matter here, and that's the so-called alt-right mouthpieces out here. All right? Anyway, let's get to the stock market, folks. We saw a little bit of a decline, as expected, in the dollar. Earlier in the week, we saw about 14-year highs in the dollar. We expected a level of a slip-off to a certain extent. We saw it, and as a result, we saw, for some reason, a decrease in the equities as well as in the energy sector, which goes to show you that no one really knows where the hell to put their capital at this point in time. It's a very precarious time for any kind of investor, and at this point in time, folks, it just depends on a lot of different components of the economy on whether or not we are going to see because we're going to see a downturn. We're going to see a contraction. Whether or not it's going to be very, very bad in the regard that people are going to lose similar to how they did in 2008 and 2009 remains to be seen. But in that process of waiting for that particular contraction, no one really knows exactly where in the hell you are going to put your capital and be able to not just have a level of return on, holding wherever your hell you're putting your capital in, whether it's double-digit percent or not, some kind of return. But hell, in this weird helter-skelter economy, you want to put yourself or put your capital in something that doesn't lose any kind of value. That's really what people should be more concerned about. Anyway, with that being said, I think this is the calm before the storm here. As I've stated for a long period of time here, for the past month or two, there is nothing sustaining these levels of index industrial averages on all fronts, on Dow, on S&P, on NASDAQ. There's nothing justifying this. There are no legitimate profits justifying this, and there's no forecasts of any kind of legitimate profits that are justifying this. This is complete. I wouldn't even call this over-speculation. I just think this is a consequence of all the overprinting of money, from stimulus packages to quantitative easings to, all those instruments that were implemented from 2008 onward that basically were nothing more than economic fancy terms of printing out more money. I think that this is nothing more than a consequence of that people don't know where in the hell to put this money that they've accumulated, that the Federal Reserve and the government has printed out of nowhere, and that's why you have inflated index averages like the one you see in the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ. You also see some very, very inflated prices, in my personal opinion, in the real estate market. And I'm talking about the residential real estate market. Commercial real estate market, I think I've alluded to this at some time, is probably going to be the next boom, especially under a Trump administration, given the fact that Donald Trump is going to restructure the tax code to favor business growth, and that's actual reinvestment of brick-mortar business growth is, from what I understand from Mnuchin, Ross, and everything that I've gathered from the information that they have given out, I have a strong feeling that they are going to have a tax code that's going to promote growth in the regard of growing economy and taking over commercial pieces of real estate that have been abandoned, revitalizing them, and possibly giving tax incentives, possibly giving other types of initiatives to be able to regenerate and rejuvenate certain sectors of the economy of America that have been otherwise closed down, shut down. Now, with that being said, as I stated, the commercial real estate market, the boom on that is probably going to be somewhere in the latter part of 2017 is when we're going to start seeing the economic increase in commercial real estate because of the policies, in my opinion, of a Trump administration. So, even though there may be a contraction in the stock market, maybe a contraction in the residential real estate market, it's got to be offset somewhere. And in my personal opinion, it's going to be there. And it may be in other instances. It just depends in which the tax code is written and where exactly the point of emphasis of initiatives are going to be directed based upon the new administration that's coming in. So that's my particular outlook. Even if it, like I said, even if the stock market does contract, even if the residential real estate market contracts, I think that there's a lot of opportunities in commercial real estate. And as I stated before, you don't necessarily have to buy commercial real estate to capitalize on commercial real estate. All right, so there's a variety of different ways to make a play and be able to capitalize on this potential growth here. And we have to wait and see, though, because, listen, we've got the globalists, we've got this disgusting scumbag that's our president now that's trying to do everything in his power to provoke a nuclear confrontation with Russia to prevent Donald Trump from being sworn in as president. So there's a lot of factors that we still got to think about at this point in time, but the way it looks, I like commercial real estate. I'm bullish on commercial real estate. Even if everything else contracts, I'm bullish on commercial real estate. Commercial real estate, by the way, has been beaten up on a median front on a national scale. So I'm bullish across the board on a national scale. Given some of these bigger markets that are inflated because of the metropolitan density of their populace, but outside of those isolated incidents, I believe that I'm pretty still bullish on commercial real estate. I think it's a go. I think that we're going to start seeing the peak of it, or at least people are going to start recognizing that there's a boom in commercial real estate latter part of 2017. With that being said, let's get to the stock market. I know I'm going on and on about things here, folks, but this is True Capitalist Radio, and I'm trying to spark synapses in the brains of capitalists throughout the world. So let's go ahead and get back to the stock market. Dow Jones Industrials today down, 13.90 points, a percentage decrease of 0.07% decrease on the day, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 19,819.78 points for the Dow Jones Industrials. As we're seeing, we're coming out and slipping back from any potential 20,000 Dow Jones Industrial. And if we were to touch 20,000 and sustain 20,000, it'd be even more ridiculous than this inflated damn index composite average right now. I mean, it's just obnoxious. There's nothing justifying this. I'm telling you, you people that are riding high, looking at your 401ks, looking at your retirement, spending money that you don't have yet, I think that y'all are doing yourselves a disservice. And if you do, if you want my personal opinion, I would consider at least selling off a decent portion of that money or that investment just so that you can at least cash out at these high levels. Because as I stated, folks, I've been around this damn market a long time. And what comes up must come down. And let me tell you, this has gone up way beyond anybody's expectation, and it's going to fall hard.
Danny, I just figured out that if I switch to Metro PCS, I get 2 Samsung Galaxy phones free.
Cool, Dad.
And I could be a super dad with 2 free Samsung Galaxy phones and call myself Double Galaxy Man.
Or you could give the second phone to your sidekick.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
That's right. 2 free Samsung Galaxy On5 smartphones are all yours when you switch to Metro PCS. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the S&P 500. S&P also is down modestly today, down 0.66 points, a percentage decrease of 0.03%, closing out the S&P at 2,249.26 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down 6.47 points, a percentage decrease of 0.12%. Closing out the NASDAQ at 5,432.09 points for the NASDAQ composite. Once again, folks, dollar slipping from all-time, well, I shouldn't say all-time, but 14-year highs here in the beginning of the week. We're starting to see the equities traders out here not necessarily knowing what the hell that's supposed to mean, what that signifies. But if you take a look at the treasuries, folks, that'll tell you the story and why we're starting to see a little bit of a slip in the American currency markets. And the reason is because we got China, we got Saudi, we got a couple of other countries that are dumping U.S. treasuries, which are bringing down U.S. treasuries, which by consequence, through enough sustaining of the decreasing of treasuries, we're starting to see that affect the currency markets of the United States' dollar value at this point in time, because of the uncertainty in the treasury market. So, in my opinion, that's why we're seeing this slip. Well, we shall see where the hell that's going. So let's just continue on. We did see, even though we did see a slip in the dollar, we didn't really see we didn't see it reflected in the energy sector, I'll tell you that. Let's go ahead and get to energy. WTI sweet crude is down today, 21 cents. A percentage decrease of 0.39%, closing out WTI at $53.85 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude down today, 8 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.14%, closing out Brent crude at $56.14 per barrel of Brent crude. We've got gasoline up modestly today. It's up 0.11%. And the helter-skelter commodity of natural gas, folks, it is down 2.57% decrease on the day for natural gas. Good God. Anyway, we've got heating oil. It is up modestly today. Heating oil up 0.28%. Now, once again, we saw a slip in the value of the dollar today. So traditional finance would have you understand that, okay, we saw the value of the dollar go down, so that would reflect that we should at least, through the fundamentals of finance, at least see an increase in the metals. Let's get to the goddamn metals. Now, did we see the increase in metals? Yes, we did. Look at gold, folks. It is up today, $18.10, a percentage increase of 1.59% increase on the day for gold, closing out gold at $1,159 per troy ounce of gold. That's what I said, folks. When you start seeing the dollar slip, it should be reflected, at the very minimum, it should be reflected in the metals. I mean, that's the fundamentals of finance, for heaven's sake. What happened? Anyway, let's get to silver, shall we? Silver is up today, 16 cents, a percentage increase of 1.01% increase on the day for silver, closing out silver at $16.20 per troy ounce of silver. So once again, when the dollar slips, it should reflect in the metal sector, and it did. And that's the fundamentals of investing in the market, folks. It's the bottom line. Let's continue going. We got copper slipping today for some reason. It is down 0.58% decrease on the day, and platinum is up modestly, 0.07% increase on the day for platinum. Let's go ahead and get to agriculture, folks, and let's just go ahead and run through this. All right, now, once again, the dollar has slipped, so we should see a little bit of green in these prices, and I'm looking through the board, and we are seeing some of it. So let's go ahead and get to grain, shall we? We've got corn up 0.43%. All right, we've got wheat up 0.81%. Oats is down slightly. It is down 0.55% decrease for oats. Rough rice is unchanged, all right, unchanged as of today. Soybeans are down 0.37%. Soybean oil is down 0.94%. And canola is down 0.98% decrease on the day for canola. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Now, cocoa, we've been seeing increases in cocoa throughout the past couple of weeks, and as I stated, I particularly thought it possibly is a play headed down towards the Valentine's Day holiday. I really don't know what it was, but we're starting to see some sell-offs in cocoa. It is down 1.81% decrease on the day for cocoa. Coffee, folks. Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Just don't do it, dude. Shut up, you fruit bowl. Anyway, coffee is up today, folks. It is up 1.46% increase on the day for coffee. And it looks like you're going to have to pay a little bit more for those fruity-ass lattes at Starbucks. Huh? How'd you like your little holiday cup at Starbucks? You fruit bowls. Anyway, let's continue going. Let's get to sugar. Sugar is up today, folks. 2.63% increase on the day for sugar. Let's get to orange juice. Orange juice is finally starting to see its pickup, given the fact that we got a 36-year low in production, according to the last crop report. Finally, some of these damn commodities brokers are starting to see the freaking value in the scarcity of this commodity. Anyway, orange juice is up 1.63% increase on the day for orange juice. We got cotton. Cotton is up today 1.08%. Lumber is up 0.62%. Rubber is up 0.38%. And ethanol is up 2.69% increase on the day for ethanol. Good God. Anyway, let's get to livestock, shall we? Now, live cattle, it is up, I guess you could call it a decent increase. It is up 0.49%, almost 0.5%. I hope that it stays that way. Like I said, I've been eating lots of porterhouse steaks. I'm talking, you name the cut of steak, I've been having it, all right? I mean, I'm not joking around. Cattle has been so cheap, I've been loving it. All right, so keep it down. For all you vegans, keep eating your stupid little vegan burgers, your little vegan pizzas, and whatever the hell you goddamn people eat over there. I'm going to be enjoying, beef, all right, at cheap prices because you idiots who end up looking like cancer victims, even though you got swollen eyes and sunken cheeks, you sit over there and insist, oh, I'm healthy. I am. I'm the healthiest as I've ever. Yeah, shut up, fruit bowl. Shut up. Anyway, folks, let's get to where are we? Oh, yeah, cattle feeder. All right, cattle feeder is down modestly today, 0.12% decrease on the day for cattle feeder. And we're finally starting to see a little bit of a slip up in the lean hog department after just constant increases. I mean, 2 and change, 3 and change increases throughout the past several weeks. Lean hog is down today, 0.69% decrease on the day for lean hog. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to keep everybody afloat with Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the current price today is $971. $971.98 per Bitcoin. And, I tried to tell you folks to get into this many different times just because of the factor that people are believing it. People believe in this cryptocurrency. People are actually using this cryptocurrency. And if people believe it, it's legit. All right? And right now, this is legit. So now that you've got India and you got Venezuela, you've got a couple of these countries out here that have not, India has already done it. Venezuela has already done it. Other countries are thinking about doing it, and that is just outlawing cash, just not even having cash as an option. Cold, hard cash, no more. So this is really what's causing the run at Bitcoin, if you want my personal opinion, folks. All right? And we're going to continue to see this. If governments continue to outlaw cash, they're going to pretty much force Bitcoin to be the underworld currency in the new digital age. And I think that's pretty amazing, and ironic, to say the least. Anyway, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, folks, all right? Now, before I get into the whole diatribe on, the alt-right leaders, I do want to highlight, folks, that Obama did supposedly respond to the Russian meddling into the U.S. presidential elections by expelling 35 Russian diplomats and closing 2 Russian compounds. And listen, I don't really know how to respond to this. I think that he could have been a little bit more harsh. I think that this was a little bit more of a slap on the wrist. I think that a response from Russia would probably be arresting a few American-born people that are either doing business in Russia or have jobs in Russia and claiming they're spies or something of that capacity. It's a very, very, I think, minute response, a very, very pussy response. And regardless, it was a response to a supposed act on America, according to Obama, that threatened the integrity of the American elections. And look, I think that's a bunch of horse crap. Anybody who had any sense and took a look at the elections, took a look at all the rallies that happened between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, there was no comparison. There was no goddamn comparison, for heaven's sake. Moreover, Hillary Clinton just did not campaign. I mean, even Joe Biden and a couple of these other Democrats are finally starting to admit that Hillary Clinton just did not campaign. This woman was out there. She would have maybe 3 rallies a week. All right? She would go and possibly talk for 10 to 15 minutes and then get some other surrogate to go up there and talk the remainder 20, 25, 30 minutes while she sat in the back of a freaking stool. It's ridiculous. I mean, you're not going to connect with the people in that capacity. And listen, it doesn't even matter if you do have the woman thing going for you, all right? I mean, if you're a disingenuous, lazy piece of crap, if you basically prove Trump right when he says that you're low energy, that you don't have the energy to be able to be president, I mean, I think people saw it reflected based upon your lack of campaigning. I mean, with your lack of going out there and connecting with the people. I mean, look at what Donald Trump did. This guy went everywhere, sometimes 3 or 4 different locales across the country holding rallies in one day. I mean, that's how you connect with the people. That's how you connect with the voters. And listen, I'm no fan of Obama. I don't like Obama. I think he's a piece of trash. But how he won his election was doing the same damn thing. This guy would go and campaign. He would do speeches. He would kiss babies. He would shake hands. I mean, that's literally what won him Iowa. He even said that. He even said that in an interview here recently, that Hillary Clinton may not have gone into areas in which they, and when he talks about they, he talks about his campaign, went into and actually shook hands and listened to the grievances to certain peoples in certain areas. She didn't do that. All right? I mean, this was just a campaign blunder, and these people just want to make an excuse for Hillary Clinton. Nobody wanted to vote for this woman. And, of course, the argument on the left is, well, she did win the popular vote, Ghost. She did do it. Are you kidding me? 3 to 4 million illegal immigrants voted in this goddamn election. And for people that are like, no, Snopes said that wasn't true. Hey, the president made it happen. I mean, he enacted and made sure that legislation and not to mention litigation in certain states happened so that these immigrants could be registered to vote. Illegal immigrants registering to vote, okay? And guess where they are at? The same locations as these sanctuary cities that are basically comprised of the blue areas on the electoral map. If you take a look at the electoral map, all right, you take a look at the electoral map, for Christ's sake, a sea of red, and you've got little small pools of blue in these metropolises that are all Democratic run, that are all sanctuary cities. All right, so, okay, let's just take 1.5 million off of her 2.5 million popular vote off of illegal immigrants. Folks, in the recount in which this idiot moron, leftist wannabe fraud Jill Stein conducted in a variety of different states, it proved that Hillary Clinton was actually the one committing the fraud. There was a lot of votes that didn't count for Hillary. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump gained votes, I believe, in Michigan. He gained votes, I believe, in Wisconsin. And it's because, folks, if anybody was out here conducting themselves in any kind of nefarious voting capacity, it was the Democrats, it was Hillary Clinton, it was the Department of Homeland Security, which, folks, we have tweeted reports out that the Department of Homeland Security's IP address was basically found scanning the databases, the election databases of several states, Georgia, Kentucky, and I believe I think West Virginia or Virginia, I believe it was. And this is proven. I mean, the Department of Homeland Security had to make a statement because they were caught red-handed trying to break in to certain election servers. And they claimed, and this is according to the Department of Homeland Security, they claim that, it was a subcontractor that was just running some script or some kind of some garbage. I mean, give me a break, man. Give me a break. Look, they tried to hack this election. They couldn't do it. It was overwhelming. All right? Millions upon millions of people went out and voted for Trump. I mean, Trump overwhelmingly beat the living bejesus out of Hillary Clinton in the Electoral College. I mean, there is no discussion about it. I mean, Jesus, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of this crap. And let me tell you something. And let's just say, and I've always said this for the sake of argument, let's say the Russians did do something, okay? Why is that anybody else's fault but not Obama's, the Department of Homeland Security, the CIA, all these people that are out here saying, oh, well, the Russians helped Trump. Why isn't it their fault? Why aren't their heads rolling? I mean, why aren't they on the ball for this particular screw-up, if that's what it is? Why doesn't the buck stop with Obama if the Russians were able to meddle around in our elections, quote-unquote, all right? I mean, I'm serious, man. It makes me sick to my stomach that, that these people can think they can get away with this crap. They honestly think they can get away with this. And look, they may just get away with it. I mean, they may provoke a nuclear confrontation. They may provoke civil riots, folks. Have you heard about the policemen that have been dying here as of late, folks? Huh? I'm serious. Have you heard about the latest police shootings that are happening across the country? You think that's an accident? You don't think that has anything to do with the whole Black Lives Matter movement? This George Soros-funded crap? You don't think that it's a coincidence that D. Ray McKesson and the Black Lives Matter leadership met with Obama in the White House for 3 hours? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? That was like June sometime. Y'all remember that? And now all of a sudden you've got all this mass wave of cop killing. You've got CNN basically suggesting that, well, the cops, they need to basically reform themselves, and, whenever there's a cop being killed, for heaven's sake. It's unbelievable what's happening here, folks. I'm serious. They are trying all out, every goddamn card on the table to prevent Donald Trump from, if not being sworn in, if he is sworn in, from making his presidency so hard to deal with that he literally doesn't come through with anything. They're trying to put roadblocks in front of Donald Trump, and it's not just coming from the Democrat side, folks. It's also coming from the Republican side. I mean, this is an establishment versus an anti-establishment situation that we were witnessing right before our hands. And I wish, with all due respect, these idiots on the alt-right, which we're going to talk about here in the second hour, these Cernoviches and Yiannopoulos and, the Baked Alaskas and whoever the hell this idiot Richard Spencer is. And I know who he is, but we're going to talk about that asshole, too. And the Alex Joneses. I mean, listen, put your goddamn ego aside and start realizing what exactly is going on. What exactly is going on? It has nothing to do with whatever it is that's in your political head. What's going on right now with Donald Trump has nothing to do with white nationalism. It has nothing to do with alt-right. It has nothing to do with whatever it is that's in your head politically, folks. All right? You know what Donald Trump is? He is a capitalist manifestation of the revolution that I have been discussing for a long, long time. But listen, I don't want to get into that right now, all right? I don't want to get into that right now. What I want to discuss, folks, is how many different fronts they're coming at us, okay? And I'm talking the left, I'm talking the globalist, I'm talking the establishment, I'm talking the media, I'm talking everybody. Now, folks, at some point in time, they may start clamping down on this internet now that this NDAA bill has passed and they have federalized all communication under this bill. They could basically, technically, under this bill's loose language and legalese, have the FCC give the authority to basically stop certain internet traffic. Now, what I mean by that is how they're going to do that is they're going to basically turn off the domain names or redirect domain names of popular sites. Like, let's say, for instance, for a lack of a better example, InfoWars. Right now, under the NDAA, what they can do is they can basically take traffic utilizing the domain name servers of Interlink and the people that recently became autonomous as it pertains to its nonprofit organization status, as it pertains to the distribution of domain names. What they're going to do is they're going to take power of directing those domain names, and they could direct the traffic either to a fictitious Infowars.com or a new mirror Infowars.com where they can collect data on the people that are visiting the site. They can basically shut down Infowars so that if you went to Infowars.com, you don't see anything. So, folks, what they're going to try to do here is they are seriously going to try to censor the Internet, and it's going to happen very fast. And it's already happening in certain parts of the world. Now, like I said, that could any one of those scenarios could happen. You go to InfoWars and they want to censor InfoWars, they can either shut it down, you go there, you get nothing. You go there, they have a mirror site which is possibly ran by a federal authority where it's basically a honeypot, all right? Basically a honeypot of for the FBI, or I don't know what agency, what CIA, whatever agency, folks, that's trying to compile information of InfoWars users and listeners and watchers and that sort of thing. So, in my personal opinion, at this point in time, if you were going to run a website, all right, and I'm talking like InfoWars, I'm talking Breitbart, I'm talking anybody who is actually running an alternative news site at this point in time, because under the NDAA 2017, the what is it, the anti-espionage propaganda, whatever the hell it's called. I forgot what it's called, man. I don't even care. I just read what was in it. They federalized the goddamn communications, all communications in the United States, and they could basically just cut your domain name off, man. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to start giving out our website IP addresses. Now, I'm not talking about your personal IP where you surf on the internet. I'm not talking about your surfer IP address. I'm talking about if you have a website and you have it hosted or you have your own server, instead of giving the domain name, the Infowars.com for the sake of argument, you want to give the IP address so that you can bypass any censorship if they decide to shut the domain name down from being directed to the actual InfoWars server. All right. So once again, I listen. I'm very dead serious that this could possibly happen here in the very near future. Another thing, folks, we're going to have to think of another option, another opportunity in which we can communicate outside of the dynamics of the internet, because I personally believe that they are going to highly regulate this internet. They're going to listen, I just got a Windows 10 computer, and listen to me, I have literally went in and out on this operating system. I mean, there is no way that you can be autonomous with this operating system. This operating system is always going to be connected, if not to the manufacturer of the PC, to Microsoft, or to some of the third-party software that's incorporated with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. In some instances, you can take it out. But, man, when it comes to Microsoft, they're not going to let you turn that off. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm suggesting is, and I know people are saying, "Hey, well, install Linux." And yeah, I get that. Listen, listen to me. You're not talking to a noob here, right? I'm just saying the general American public doesn't understand Linux. All right, the general American public doesn't understand, these types of operating systems in which you're not wholly dependent on a graphic user interface. All right, I mean, to be honest with you folks, this is how they're captivating the idea of regulating the internet, because more people that don't know anything about the internet are now getting on the internet. You understand? I mean, I'm serious. Listen to me. You know what's happening to the internet right now? It's the same thing that's happening to Europe. All right? What's happening to Europe, they're bringing in a whole bunch of wild Yehudis from all over the Middle East and North Africa. And at some point here, those Yehudis are going to overpopulate and surpass the actual people and the actual citizens of Germany or Sweden, which we're already seeing in some instances. That's exactly what's happening here on the internet, folks. They're trying to overpopulate the internet with imbeciles. All right, I mean, people that have no business being on the internet. I'm sorry. I used to believe that being on the internet was a privilege and that you had to figure it out to how to get on here. Now all you got to do is just buy a phone, and these morons they're on the internet. I'm serious. They don't even have to know what the hell they're doing. And you see, that's how they easily are able to regulate. That's how they're easily able to snoop. And speaking of snooping, folks, did you all see the fun we had last night, folks? I unfortunately have to delete the tweets. I'm not trying to get banned on Twitter for this crap. But for you folks that are unaware, I tweeted a stream. It was a stream on YouTube. Of course, it was unlisted, so you had to have had the link given to you for you to view it. But it was an actual stream of certain smart home devices being hacked live. And I'm serious. I mean, they were being hacked live, and the hackers were literally conducting all kinds of weird shenanigans to people, and they could see them in their homes. They could move the camera. They could, make weird sounds around. I mean, it's really, really weird. But the point of doing that is to show you if some stupid kid like LaNugget all right, which is some kid from the freaking UK. If some kid can do that, what do you think that the government can do to you? Huh? And not to mention, that's not very hard to do because most of these manufacturers of these smart home devices, particularly cameras and that sort of thing, if you know the manufacturer, they usually have generic port outputs that they give to these devices. And many of these devices are unsecured, you know what I'm saying? So what you would want to do is you want to scan a range of IP addresses under this particular port number, all right? And when you scan a particular name or scan a particular amount of IP addresses under this port number and find that there are actually outgoing ports out listening or out, you know, there's outgoing outports at this number, that's when, which a lot of these kids are doing now, because literally, you know who the hackers are? It's not necessarily the people conducting the hacking. It's the programmers that program the programs. You know, like for you folks that were watching yesterday, this guy, you know, messing around with people and their smart home devices. Well, somebody programmed the program that enables him to be able to, you know, put in the IP address and put in the outgoing outport and be able to tap into the unsecured device itself and be able to take control of it, because whoever programmed that program, it's programmed to be able to take control of the device that has the outgoing port. And because the programmer kind of you know, pre-programmed how to, you know, take control of a given device. This was a FOSCAM hack. So any FOSCAM device was obviously vulnerable to this particular piece of software that whoever Nugget has. All right, and when they get the port number and they get the IP address of the port that they're looking for, which like I said, when they give you these devices and when you connect them to your Wi-Fi, there's a generic port number that they traditionally give these devices. And all somebody has to do is just scan IPs for that port. And, you know, there's a bunch of IP scanners. And, you know, they can basically tell you, well, this IP was listening out at this port, was listening out at that port, so on and so forth. And that's when you take your piece of software that was, you know, basically pre-programmed by some, you know, because let me tell you, those are the guys who are the real hackers, or the programmers, the people that program these programs so that these kids can act like hackers. Because literally, all you got to do is just take the IP address and the outgoing port into this program, put it in there, and boom, you're in the piece of hardware, and you're taking it in control. You just take it over. And as you saw yesterday, if you were there with us, this guy was able to look at everywhere. He was able to, you know, play certain things. He was able to play weird music. He literally took control of the device. So anyway, I'm just saying, the reason I went into that diatribe about how easy it is to hack is it's really easy. I mean, all you got to do is just, you could find these programs made by these mad programmers in the dark web somewhere, but that's all it is. I mean, this is literally, it's that simple. I mean, you know, people used to do this back in the 90s for actual computers and PCs and stuff. You know, I mean, I remember there was a similar program like this, but the program that you'd have to do, you'd have to actually convince somebody to execute a program that actually had a file in it that'll give you a server, that'll install a mini server on the person's computer, which literally had the outgoing port number leaked, all right? And this was the Sub-7 Trojan horse. Y'all remember the Sub-7 Trojan horse? I actually was very good friends, well, not good friends, but you know what I'm saying, like internet friends with Mobman and the folks that created back Orphis, Cult of the Dead Cow, man. I mean, you know, that kind of it's that kind of concept, all right? It's just that kind of concept. Anyway, let me get to the freaking Twitter shout-outs. I'm going off keister here. For you folks that are unaware, all right, All right, for those of you who are unaware, you can go ahead and get a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. All you got to do is retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. That's right. First tweet on my Twitter account, True Capitalist Radio Live. You retweet that tweet, I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we have any Twitter shout-outs to be had here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, who we got here? We got Comfy Man in the house. What's going on? Sergeant Yoda, Dark DMT in the house, Dorito Burrito. What's going on, man? Who else do we have here? We got, I'm not saying that. We got Ghost Kruger in the place. We've got the trans Tweely Atkins. Yeah, I know. Is Tweely Atkins a trans? I mean, come on, man. We got Carolina Capitalist. I almost said Caroline Capitalist. Saw that old buzzer there a couple of days ago. Anyway, we got Debbie Down LOL. Oh, man, come on. Come on, man. Look, I wasn't broke up about Carrie Fisher too much, but then, you got the old lady, day after. That's just kind of sad. Oh, and then there's Tweely. We got Supa in the place. What's going on? We got Jimmy Capitalist in the house, Ann and the Wizard, Feral Capitalist. What's going on? Who else do we have here? We got Coffee Makes Me Poop. Oh, great. I'm very proud of you. We got the Trans Butter. Yeah, great. A stick of butter with a pair of balls on it. Great. I'm very proud of you, buddy.
Hi, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and this holiday season we've been doing random acts of helpfulness, like giving out free Christmas trees, helping out at children's hospitals, and providing warm meals for the less fortunate. And during the Happy Honda Days sales event, we can help you too, with a great deal on an award-winning Honda, like the 2016 CR-V, a 2016 IIHS top safety pick. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know.
Anyway, once again, you want a Twitter shout-out, all you got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, and I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast right here and now. We got the 727 caller here. What's going on? Paid shill for butter. What the hell are you talking about, paid shill for butter? Look, I personally believe that, all right? A stick of butter a day keeps the doctor away. I personally believe it, boy. And it's not the butter, right? Shut up, all right? Anyway, we got the Brony Network in the house. Who else? We got Jerry Garcia in the place. One Fisher, Two Fisher? Oh, jeez. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, anytime somebody dies, you idiots are there circle jerking your asses off trying to get yourself a goddamn Twitter name so you can be like, I want to be a Twitter shout-out. I mean, y'all are sick, man. I mean, this is very macabre. You know that, right? This is very macabre. Oh, my God, for Christ's sake. Trump shills for cucks. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? And listen, we're going to have this discussion in the second hour, boy. When I'm done with this Twitter shout-out, we're going to talk about this crap. You understand that, boy? Because as I stated, you don't understand Trump's presidency. This has nothing to do with whatever the hell you alt-right folks and you white nationalists and all. I don't know what the hell you all thought. This is a capitalist revolution, boy. Do you understand it? This is a capitalist revolution. We have taken control. We have seized control of state power. It's ours now. It belongs to us. And I'm going to explain that in explicit detail in the second hour. And I hope that Cernovich and Baked Alaska and Fruity-Ass Milo and Richard Spencer and, I don't care if Sam Hyde is listening or not. The only reason I put him in the mix is because Baked Alaska was on his Periscope bitching and moaning about how Sam Hyde was kicked off from the Deploraball that they're having, the night before the inauguration in Washington? Who cares? Why is Sam Hyde even in the same sentence as anything political? Can somebody explain that to me? Okay, listen, look, I'm not trying to hate on Sam Hyde, okay? Listen, hey, Sam, hi, listen. I'm not hating on your hustle, okay? I think you're obnoxious. I don't understand. I think you're a tard. I don't know what brand of comedy that you're selling, but obviously people are buying it. Hey, listen, that's fine. I mean, I don't know why people listen to Keemstar. I don't know why people watch Rice Gum and Leafy and all these fruity bastards. But hey, they do it. More power to them. But let me tell you something. All right, you're starting to go into the political arena. And let me tell you, you have no credibility whatsoever. And that goes for anybody, the celebrities and the YouTube stars, all you people that don't base yourself in politics like I have for goddamn years. You have no goddamn right to be sitting here suggesting anything or putting yourself into any kind of category of politics, all right? I mean, go do your tard videos. Listen, I don't get it, man. I've tried to watch 4 or 5 different videos of this tard, Sam Hyde, and I just do not get it. I'm sorry, I do not get it. Okay, yeah, he was on Adult Swim. Great. You know how much they gave him up front for that? And literally, I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know the whole story, but $45,000 they gave Sam Hyde for whatever. I don't know what the hell stupid freaking show it was on Adult Swim. I don't follow that juvenile crap. But supposedly, because he followed Trump, his freaking show was canceled. You know, if you want my personal opinion, I think that his show just sucked the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper, with all due respect, all right? And listen, it doesn't matter if he was a Trump supporter or not. If his show made cash, if his show made a lot of money and had a lot of advertisers and had a lot of viewers and added a whole different component to Adult Swim, you'd think these stupid asses would have just said, you know what, Sam, get out of here. No, they wouldn't have. And even if they did, why isn't anybody coming in here and saying, hey, Sam Hyde, why don't you come on board over here? Because he sucks! Sorry, Sammy, I had to say it, man. I mean, nothing against your hustle. I think you really suck. I'm sorry. No offense. I don't know you personally. I've literally tried to sit through your crap. It sucks. I'm sorry. It sucks. All right. I guess maybe you became a funny meme. Like, you know, folks, I don't know if you're aware, but you know, whenever there's like a freaking shooting or something, they put this guy's photograph up and like, hey, that's Sam Hyde, the shooter. I'm sorry. I'm just I don't get it. Anyway, listen, we're in the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast, and of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for you to please add to your favorites or bookmark the official website of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, now listen. Like I said, I'm not trying to hate on Sam Hyde's hustle, all right? I mean, he's got a fan base. I mean, hey, great. Congrats. But who cares if this asshole's not going to deplore a ball? Who cares? Who cares? Oh, my God. Anyway, listen to me. I'm sorry, all right? I'm very, very sorry. If I hurt your feelings and you're a Sam Hyde, fan, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, I don't even know the guy. I'm not trying to hate on the man. He's out there. He's hustling. All right? I get it. He's out there. He's producing content. Good for him. I just think his content sucks. Anyway. Where the hell was I, engineer? God damn it! You see, see what y'all got. You'll put me on these tirades here. Give me my beer, for Christ's sake. That one's for you too, there, Baked Alaska. All right, you quitter. Anyway, where the hell was I, engineer? All right, we're back to freaking Twitter shout-outs. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, listen. let's continue on. Hey, wait a minute. Is that Lanuggy? Hey, it's Lanugget, the kid who's hacking freaking smart home devices. He's listening to the show. What's going on, Nuggy? Anyway, we got Exara Hawks in the place. What's going on to Exara Hawks? We've got the Whoremaster in the place. Oh, yes, I am the Whoremaster. Oh, yes. We've got NRJ Commando in the place. What's going on, folks? Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. We got Trump 2016. We got Deddy Reynolds. Oh, Jesus Christ. Deddy Reynolds, man, come on. Come on, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fisher's gone fishing. Oh, my God. That's horrible. Oh, my God. Get that mic out of my face. That's horrible. That's so horrible, I almost want to crack a smile. That's horrible. Fisher's gone fishing. I mean, come on. I mean, their corpses are probably not even cold yet, man. You people are doing this. Oh, my God. You sick sons of bitch. Give me the freaking mic. Freaking goddamn mic, you son of a bitch. Anyway, well, who else do we have? We got the Norwegian Hambone. What's going on? Blockhead Ghost. What the hell are you talking about, boy? Blockhead Ghost. We got Cask Strength in the house. Silent Capitalist in the place. Lemmy dead for 1 year. LOL. Look, don't make fun of Lemmy. All right, don't make fun of Lemmy, baby. Do not make fun of Lemmy. We got Loose Steed in the place. We got Robbie Atkins. What the hell is that about? We got DeLorean Jackson in the place. What's going on, man? I'm only going to take a couple more of these, and then we're going to get to the crux of the show, and that's talking about these so-called alt-right mouthpieces that are out here making everybody look like a bunch of jerk-offs, all right? Anyway, who else do we have? We got the trans prime rib. Did you actually put a pair of balls on a prime rib? Oh, Jesus Christ. When is this goddamn trans troll going to end? Seriously. When the hell is that crap going to end? We've got the TCR Steam Chat. TCR redirect to Alex Jones. Shut up, you idiot. Let me tell you something. If you watch Alex Jones, you know this man rips me off, and I really don't appreciate it. I really do not appreciate it. Son of a bitch. And if you're going to rip me off, why don't we make a deal there, Alex Jones? But you know what? You want to know why he doesn't want to make a deal with me? I'll take over InfoWars. Are you kidding me? I'll become InfoWars. I don't blame him. He don't want none of this. Are you kidding me? You don't want none of this. Anyway, let me continue going here. We got heart attacks for ghosts. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. You see, they're the kind of fans I got. They want me dead. These are the kind of fans I got. They want me dead. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We got the Smiler in the house. Debbie's brain went wham. Oh, listen, that's hard, man. Come on. You see, now y'all are sinking me to your level here. I mean, come on. Stop it, man. Seriously, stop it with the sick-ass death trolls. That's not right, all right? Oh, my God, man, I can't believe you people, seriously. Anyway, we got Cuck Lives Matter. What's going on? Oh, my God. Inner Circle Obama voter. What are you talking about? What the hell? That's a bunch of horse crap. I don't believe that. That's a bunch of horse crap. Oh, my God. EBT Santa Claus. Oh, there's probably a bunch of those, huh? 35 less Trump supporters. You son of a bitch! It's a bunch of horse crap! Look! You all are perpetuating this whole false narrative that Russia had anything to do with Donald Trump winning the election. He won it. He overwhelmingly won it, and these stupid Democrats just don't want to admit it. They got egg on their face that WikiLeaks exposed their corruption. corruption, expose their criminality, and now they want to sit over here and try to pull everything necessary to try to thwart Donald Trump from becoming president, and it ain't going to happen, boy. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. That's why I'm going to call out Cernovich. I'm going to call out Milo. I'm going to call out Baked Alaska, Richard Spencer, all of them. I'm calling out all of them. Alex Jones, I'm calling them all out. Son of a bitch. While you're sitting here worrying about whose schlonghead is bigger, we've got freaking Obama out here trying to thwart the election of Donald Trump, you stupid, ungrateful, egotistical morons. Son of a bitch. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. That's what I'm saying. All right, look, I'm going to take a couple more of these, and we're going to get right into the crux of the goddamn broadcast, all right? Tired of this crap. I'm tired of this crap. Anyway, we got Brody Drumming. Hey, what's going on with Brody Drumming? He got a tweet that made mainstream media. Much props on that. And not to mention, folks, once again, the Ghosties are this New Year's Eve. And you can vote on the Ghosties under the hashtag Ghosties16. There's a lot of categories there. I can't wait. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, all right? Anyway, we've got Fisher-Price Toys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, the next one of those, I'm out of here. I'm not going to say any more of these. You guys are getting sick, for Christ's sake. Jesus. Fisher's Heart Locket. You know what? That's it. Get this crap. That's enough. Fisher Heartbreak. Fisher Heart Locket. I mean, give me a break. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cardiac Fisher. Cardiac Fisher. Oh, man. Give me the freaking... Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. I'm telling you this right now, man. I'm not putting up with this anymore. This is why I'm telling you we cannot have nice things, folks. Do you understand that? I'm sitting over here trying to give an opportunity for folks to be a little interactive out here, a little interactive, and you see how it gets. It just pisses me off. Jesus Christ. Anyway, where the hell's? Let me see. I got this beer here. I need some more beer. More beer. We get another beer going on here, folks. And once I open up this beer, I'm gonna start going off on these alt-right jerk dicks out here that are, you know, trying to swing their schlong heads on the table, seeing which one's bigger, for Christ's sake. Meanwhile, we've got the left out here trying to supersede the people's will, for Christ's sake. So anyway, if you happen to... Here we go ahead and pour the beer in there. If you happen to know Cernovich or Baked Alaska, tweet at these sons of bitches, because I'm going to call those assholes out. All right? I'm calling them out. And let me explain something for all you folks that are just unaware of why I'm about to call these individuals out, okay? Because, folks, what you people don't understand, and what I have been explicit in my broadcast time and time again, that what we are witnessing with Donald Trump's presidency is nothing more than a capitalist revolution. And I told each and every one of you what our agenda was. Why do you think I came back on this broadcast? And when I came back, what was the first thing that old listeners said about Donald Trump? Ghost, he sounds just like you, man. I mean, he's saying things that you said verbatim, Ghost. I can't believe it. Well, believe it, all right? Because let me tell you something, all right? I'm not out here, throwing my schlong head on the table, trying to take credit for whatever, all right? The reason that I bring that up is because I just want to prove that I have been on the political forefront of this movement before it even got off the goddamn ground. Now, here come these Johnny-come-latelys, and, these people that actually believe that they're big components to the Trump train's success. And I'm not going to negate Cernovich and Baked Alaska and Milo, and I guess we can incorporate Pizza Party Ben and a couple other. Listen, I'm not negating what they did. But what I'm suggesting is that these people were not motivated by electing Trump. These people were motivated by personal and financial gain. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a capitalist. You're trying to, go out. You're trying to, get your pockets fatter. You're trying to make yourself a buck. I get it. But what I am really, really frustrated with at this point in time is that these idiots, and I'm talking Cernovich, I'm talking Baked Alaska, even Milo Yiannopoulos, that these people have been canonized by the mainstream media as legitimate mouthpieces for the whole General Trump train. You understand? I mean, whenever they put these idiots in any kind of context, they throw me, they throw anybody else who's pro-Trump in that same category as these individuals. And in my personal opinion, folks, listen, I have never talked about Mike Cernovich. I literally have just said, yeah, I watch him, and I think he's a decent contributor to the Trump train, so on and so forth. But with all due respect, I have yet to hear anything of any kind of value as it pertains to idealism from Mike Cernovich. I have heard nothing but self-serving nonsense, and look, that's his prerogative. He's no different than Alex Jones, but to put this man on a category as the mouthpiece of the alt-right is just, it's absurd. It's utterly absurd, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, listen, okay, he's got a following. I'll give him that, okay? But he has no idealism. And now what he's trying to do, and let me tell you where all this internal riffraff comes from, it's because this idiot Baked Alaska, which used to be the boy of Milo Yiannopoulos, which I don't know the underlying story with that. From what I understand, used to be Milo Yiannopoulos' manager. And now, from what I understand, Milo Yiannopoulos and Cernovich have come together in some, I'm assuming, financial alliance or political alliance. I really don't know, but obviously they kicked to the curb the dead weight. And, with all due respect, Baked Alaska was a little bit of dead weight. And listen, they utilized this whole Jewish troll thing as a means to just dump this idiot off. And let me tell you, Baked Alaska, listen, I don't believe that you're true right wing. I don't believe you're true anything, man. You were working for BuzzFeed. What was it, about a year and a half ago, you piece of crap, and you want us to forget about that? And now you come out with that ridiculous Periscope. And let me tell you, I'm not taking Cernovich's side either. I think he's a self-serving piece of trash himself. But at least this idiot is trying to mobilize and organize whatever following that he has so that he becomes a force to some capacity and legitimizes himself in the framework of politics. Now, my criticism of Cernovich is that he has no idealism whatsoever. I think that he's double-talking, he's a right-wing leftist. And what I mean by that is that whenever you talk to a leftist and you put them into a corner as it pertains to a certain issue, they'll dance around that son of a bitch with all kinds of linguistic creativity, and that's pretty much what Cernovich is. I don't think he pretty much stands for anything, really. I mean, all he was for Trump and guerrilla mindset, and, with all due respect, the whole guerrilla concept comes from the left. It is a left-wing idea. As a matter of fact, guerrilla warfare was written by Che Guevara. Guerrilla warfare was implemented by Mao Zedong. So, I mean, that's, within its own, take whatever you will about that. But literally all this comes down to is, money, I think. And this is my personal opinion. They were, I did not understand. Mike Cernovich, I didn't know how much money this guy's making. But he hired Baked Alaska, all right, for $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month. What the hell was Baked Alaska doing for $5,000 a month? And I'm sure it wasn't too much, so that's why they had to get rid of him. What a perfect opportunity to do so. And they utilized this Jewish thing as a means of doing so. And with all due respect to Cernovich and Milo, they made this moron Baked Alaska. All right? Because, listen, Baked Alaska was dick, I would say, November of last year. Nobody knew who the hell Baked Alaska was, and the only reason that anybody did know who the hell Baked Alaska was because for whatever reason, Milo Yiannopoulos used to kick it with all those fruit bowls out there in Alaska. I have no idea why. But that's their prerogative, for Christ's sake. Milo would always go to he would always go to Alaska. He would party out with these Alaskan fruit bowls out there, Baked Alaska, Pizza Party Ben. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I thought they were best buds. Hell, I don't know. They could be chewing each other up the ass. Or I don't know. But, lo and behold, it goes from that, like last November, I'm talking November of 2015, it goes from that to whatever the hell it is now. We're about to head into 2017, for Christ's sake. I don't know what the hell is going on with these people, but it's egomania, and that's all there is to it. It's egomaniacs, and I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of these egomaniacs. Cernovich and Milo and Pizza Party Ben, Baked Alaska, you people have contributed, okay? You contributed to helping Trump elected. Great. Thank you. All right? Thank you. Now, why don't you pipe down on trying to act as though you were holier than thou, or you're trying to gain legitimacy, or trying to talk for the rest of the Trump train. Shut your mouth, all right? You don't talk for the Trump train, let alone talk for Donald Trump. You idiots were the ones that assumed that this was about white nationalism. You assumed it was about, whatever it was you thought it was. It was about capitalism. I told all of you, this was a capitalist revolution. And you see, it doesn't matter the politics in a capitalist revolution. Do you understand that? What have I always told the people that listen to this broadcast? It doesn't matter the goddamn politics. We're capitalists. We've taken control of the state now. And I can say we with a definitive certainty. This is our time. This is the capitalist army. All right? This is the capitalist revolution. Why do you think Donald Trump has put in nothing but capitalists in his cabinet? So that's why I'm telling you, folks, okay, the reason that you are seeing a little bit opposition of not only the splintering of the so-called alt-right, but now you're starting to see these people talk against Trump now. And the reason is, folks, is because I said that was going to happen. Didn't I say that was going to happen? Right after, go back in the archive. I said, now that Trump is in office, we're going to start seeing the inevitable splintering of everybody who helped create this success of a Trump presidency. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I knew this was going to happen, and it's happening now. And I would like to, extend my sincerest suggestion to Cernovich, Alaska, Milo. You all do not speak for Donald Trump, all right? You all are, doing your own political objectives. You're doing your own political deal. And you know what, folks? That's why everybody was so against Trump. That's why the Republicans are still against him. That's why the Democrats are against him, because his political agenda is adjustable based upon the economics of America. Because the reason that Donald Trump actually ran for president is because he saw the fleecing economically. He saw the fleecing of America happening right before his very eyes. And that's what motivated this man to go and run for president. It had nothing to do with frickin' white nationalism or whatever. Whatever it is that's in these people's heads, And listen, what was Donald Trump going to do? He's going to tell them to shut up? No, he's not going to tell them to shut up. These idiots are doing it on their own. They want to believe white nationalism. They want to believe all this crap. Hey, that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? That's their problem. Now what's happening is the capitalists have taken control of the state, and we are going to dismantle the state slowly but surely. Just like I have always said was going to happen, didn't I? I mean, you people that have been listening to me for years, I said this was going to happen. And you see, folks, that's the difference between me and all these other jerkasses in the alt-right, is that what I've been portraying and what I have been doing on this broadcast is laying the foundations of capitalist idealism. And that's why you hear things that I said in the past. I said in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. That's why you're seeing and hearing things that I said back then that is coming out of the mouth of Donald Trump. That's verbatim. Nobody was talking about taking the Iraqi oil and why we didn't. Then Trump came along. No one was talking about renegotiating trade deals. No one was talking about any of the stuff that Donald Trump was talking about it while I was talking about it. And listen, I'm not trying to take credit for anything. I mean, it could have been somebody who knows Trump. It could have been an advisor to Trump that listened to this broadcast and said, hey, listen, why don't you come at the presidential front by saying, hey, we have imbalanced trade deals. We have this. We have that.
Some things just make you feel comfortable, like shopping at Vons. From the butcher block to the bakery and everywhere in between, Vons is fresher, with more organic products, more smiles, and low prices on the brands you trust. For a delicious dinner, shop with your club card and get USDA Choice Beef Tri-Tip Roast, untrimmed boneless, for just $3.99 a pound. And for a crisp, sweet snack, pick up large Envy apples for only $1.49 a pound with your club card. Vons. Fact is, it's just better.
So I'm telling you, for you Cernoviches and Milos and you self-serving idiots that use Trump's presidency and his candidacy to, fatten your pockets, hey, I'm not knocking your hustle, baby. You do what you got to do. But now, why don't y'all become the Jon Stewarts of the right wing, because that's exactly what y'all the equivalent of. Get the hell out of here. You have no level of legitimacy as far as I'm concerned, especially after the shenanigans that you have pulled. And let me tell you, unearthing your dirty laundry between Cernovich and Baked Alaska proves how much money is circulating in this little two-bit operation that they're running in the alt-right. All right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And that's not including a bunch of other monies that, are just not accountable. Listen, I was not necessarily a fan of Milo, but I appreciated what Milo brought to the actual movement and the actual Trump train. He was a homosexual that was very flamboyant, and, it was hard for the LGBT to talk against a flamboyant homosexual that was for Trump. But in my personal opinion, it's starting to come around that Milo is not the conservative, flamboyant homosexual that we've come to know and love. I'm not very happy with the fact that this man has accumulated, I don't know how much funds as it pertains to this white-only scholarship fund that apparently no one knows where that money is, and as a matter of fact, Baked Alaska brought that up conveniently enough in that Periscope diatribe of his. And not to mention, okay, I'm willing to overlook, whatever you did with the $150,000 for the white-only scholarship, all right? I guess AIDS drugs don't pay for themselves. I don't know. Either way, I'll let that slide, okay? But what I don't like, folks, and let me tell you, go to my Twitter account, PoliticsGhost, all one word, no underscores. There's a clip in which Milo Yiannopoulos is being interviewed by Joe Rogan, and he is legitimately trying to justify, and if not cover up, in my personal opinion, a pedophilic episode that happened in his life. And in this interview, he discusses how he had a priest tell him to conduct oral copulation on him when he was 14 years old. And this priest was an older adult gentleman. And when Joe Rogan pressed him on the fact that, well, that man's a criminal, he's a molester, Milo Yiannopoulos said, no, I was a very promiscuous boy at that time. I was flaunting my stuff around. I was asking for it. That's what he said. That's what he said in the damn Joe Rogan interview, for Christ's sake. And Joe Rogan couldn't even believe what the hell this idiot was saying. He's like, are you kidding me? What? And, Joe Rogan himself, he's a little sexually liberated himself. Even this bastard was like, what the hell are you talking? What? And not to mention, he goes further and says that Milo, he says, he's been invited to Hollywood parties. He's been invited to Hollywood parties. That's freaking one humongous red flag, right? And he admits on this interview that there was a lot of young boys that looked very young, quote unquote. They looked very young that were having unprotected sex with very old men and doing lots of drugs. Now, like I said, folks, I'm all for anybody's lifestyle, anybody who wants to, anybody who wants to, conduct themselves in any kind of sexual activity that's illegal. And look, somebody is trying to clarify for me. For clarification, I'm pretty sure Milo said that the priest was in his 20s. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes it all better. A 20-something-year-old with a 14-year-old. I mean, you see where we're going with this? You see where we're going with this? You see, let me tell you something, man. I remember back in like 2011, there was this little kid. And he's still a popular little YouTube star, Fruit Bowl, Twitter star. This kid named Lohan Anthony. Are you familiar with the little Fruit Bowl? Well, this kid back in 2011, he was like maybe an 11, maybe 10, 12-year-old kid, something in that capacity. This kid was literally showing himself off in booty shorts, twerking his little ass off, on YouTube and being championed for it. And I was on this broadcast livid at the time, could not believe that this was even being embraced. I mean, he was retweeted by Katy Perry, this little Fruit Bowl. And you see, I knew then that this is the goddamn path we were headed. I knew it, man. I knew it. Listen, I didn't mean to get off on that diatribe, but, with all this Pizzagate nonsense, we have to question everything, man. And you know what, Milo? I really don't know what the hell or why the hell you even told that story. But once again, I mean, it kind of shows a potential agenda from my perspective from you. I think that you're no different than the LGBT community. I mean, with all due respect, Milo, you're out here flaunting your sexual promiscuousness. You're out here saying that, you have all kinds of, black schlongs in every orifice of your body, and, you're proud of it, so on and so forth. And lo and behold, you're trying to basically push the same agenda as the left-wing LGBT. Because what have I always said about the left-wing LGBT? The left-wing LGBT is a movement in which, in my personal opinion, is a death cult. Because they talk a lot about pride, right? The LGBT. And listen, I'm not talking about general gay people, general lesbian people. I'm talking about anybody who identifies themselves with that movement, with that ridiculous flag, and goes out to these ridiculous parades, okay? Because I don't see any pride at these parades. I don't see anything to that capacity. You know what I see? I see a community that actually wants to see others that are within their community suffer with the same afflictions as they. I mean, there are people within the gay community that know that, are in these social circles, whether it be in a gay club or, whatever. They know that who's infected with the AIDS and who isn't, and they blatantly see somebody going up to somebody else who doesn't have the AIDS, and they won't say anything. Nobody will say anything. So, with all due respect, I mean, I don't like, you understand that? I don't like this idea of the LGBT or sexual promiscuous activity pertaining to the homosexual demographic, because with all due respect, homosexuals do not practice safe sex. I mean, the proof is in the skyrocketing AIDS, STDs, super syphilis, super gonorrheas that are coming out here. And there's nothing prideful about that, gay people. There's nothing prideful about that. And you see, with Milo Yiannopoulos embracing the same type of self-destructive activity in which, I'm sexually promiscuous, I'm this and that, I don't care. I've even heard him say several times, I don't care about diseases, I don't care about that. When they are in that particular frame of mind, I think that they're at and I hate to bring up Scott Fovel, the character from the Project Veritas videos, who organized a lot of these bird dogging events, all right, just a frame of reference. But these people are soulless, man. And let me tell you, I think the soullessness of Milo, you know what I mean, is coming out, in my personal opinion. And let me tell you, I'm seeing it in many people that are LGBT. Once they're infected with the AIDS, they just want to see other people infected, man. I'm serious. I mean, I've lived in a liberal city out there in Austin, Texas, man. I mean, I saw Leslie Cochran, which was a disgusting, despicable drag queen that used to walk the streets of 6th Street with a full Manchu beard and long hair with a freaking G-string, okay? This person ran for mayor. So I know a little bit about, a liberal society, or at least living amongst it, okay? And I've seen it firsthand that these homosexuals actually want to see. They actually want to see other people infected, man. So in my personal opinion, Milo, you're perpetuating the same thing that these idiots on the left are projecting as it pertains to the social implications of being someone homosexual and supposedly on the right side of the political spectrum. And I just don't think that's compatible with what it is that you're trying to portray yourself politically. I think that it's very convenient for you to do so. I think that's why you do it. It's very easy to be provocative. It's very easy to do that sort of thing. So I'm just saying that, you need to realize what you folks are doing. You're not providing any idealism. You're just providing provocateurs. You're the right-wing left-wingers. You're the right-wing, agitators. And I'm talking to all of you. I'm talking to all that freaking crowd. I'm talking to Cernovich. I'm talking to Milo. I'm talking to Bake Alaska. I'm talking to and listen, who the hell is this Richard Spencer idiot? I mean, listen. Richard Spencer is literally a speck on any political radar. He just so happened to have wanted to vote for Trump. Okay, because this idiot thinks that, Trump was a white nationalist, like a moron, all right? And basically, I know exactly what Richard Spencer was doing. He knew what he was doing. He was utilizing that idea of white nationalism, and he made sure there was cameras there during the election of Donald Trump so that they can get him, doing the Sieg Heil signs to Donald Trump and all that other nonsense. Another agitator, another provocateur. And you see, we don't need that kind of crap. You understand? That's leftist crap. That's leftist nonsense. Provocateurs, we don't need that crap. We need ideas. And right now, the leading idea, the idea that is going to catapult America back to great status, is capitalism. Pure, unadulterated capitalism, and that's exactly the motivating force that is driving the mindset of Donald Trump. I like how these mainstream media people put a camera in this idiot Richard Spencer's face, and you can see it in his mug, man. This guy's enjoying being a provocateur, man. He enjoys being a goddamn provocateur. I mean, no idealism, no philosophy, just a bunch of rhetorical crap like every leftist, And listen, we don't need these types of people on the Trump train, man. We want a new idea in which we understand that we want civility, we want capitalism, we want the rule of law, and we want nobody to be above the law. And those are tenets that Donald Trump has been overemphasizing during his campaign. No one is above the law. And that's what we're reestablishing here. And I'm telling you this right now, the fundamental basis of why Donald Trump is in office is because of capitalism. And, you know, for all you people that thought it was for white nationalism, or I don't know what the hell you people thought, you know? I mean, I was on here telling you folks that it's all about capitalism. And listen, you want to know why he doesn't like immigration and wants to build a wall? It has nothing to do with white nationalism. It has everything to do with the employment market, all right? They're watering down the employment market and eliminating job opportunities for actual Americans of all race and creeds. I'm serious, man. Listen to me. Right now, the Trump train, and I could say that I officially speak for the Trump train, or at least a good portion of the online Trump train, all right? Cernovich, Milo, Baked Alaska, and these stupid provocateurs, Spencer, and look, Sam Hyde, you just happen to be grouped in there. You're just a dumb idiot. But all these agitators, man, they have nothing to do with the Trump train. They had nothing to do with getting Trump elected. They had a base, okay, and they used that base, and they were like, hey, vote for Trump. Hey, my name is Mike Cernovich, and, oh, yeah, buy my book, and, oh, yeah, vote for Trump. Okay, great. That's fine. Where the hell were you idiots, all right? Where the hell were you idiots when the Republican Party was not going to elect Donald Trump to be the nominee? Where the hell were you idiots when we were out here not only doxing the delegates, and I'm talking about us, the capitalist army, doxing the delegates, but not only that, we doxed the candidates that were running against Donald Trump. Where the hell were you guys for that? Where the hell were you guys when we released the goddamn D.C. Madam's phone list that basically implicated a whole bunch of people that were in the primary circle that enabled Donald Trump to solidify himself as the candidate? I mean, where were you, Cernovich and Milo and Baked Alaska and all that? Where the hell were you, Richard Spencer? Where the hell were you when we, the capitalist army, were doxing the leadership of the freaking Black Panther Party to prevent anything from happening at the goddamn Ohio convention? Do y'all remember that, folks? I mean, we goddamn doxed the freaking leadership of the Black Panther Party and said, hey, if you're going to go out there and you're going to show off your guns and you're going to provoke violence, we know who you are, we know where to go, so make your effing move. And guess what? The Black Panther Party didn't even show up to the goddamn Republican convention. And listen, did we take any credit for that? Did we get any kind of spotlight for that? No. Did we get paid for that? No. Son of a bitch. I'm serious, man. Where the hell were you idiots when we were out here risking our necks trying to make sure that Donald Trump was president? I'm calling you all out, man. Y'all were just sitting there pushing your goddamn books, your merch, your stupid speaking engagements, and all that crap, fattening your own pockets. So for you folks out there on that side, Cernovich and Baked Alaska and Milo and Spencer and all that, if you folks think that you really had any kind of major contribution to electing Donald Trump, well, and you feel betrayed, well, then go somewhere else, all right? Go somewhere else. We don't need you. What's about to happen in the American government is something that no one has ever seen before. The capitalists are about to take control of the state, and we are going to run it like a business. And we're going to dismantle the bureaucracy, and we're going to grow the private enterprise of this country. We're going to start producing products that are going to be sought after on an international scale once again. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I've been pushing these ideas for years. And listen, I don't want listen, and this is why I've never showed my face, folks. This is why I've never, came out and, hey, it's me. I'm Thomas Albin or, whatever. I've never did anything of that nature because, the same thing that's happened to Cernovich, the same thing that's happened to Milo Yiannopoulos, the same thing that's happened to this idiot Baked Alaska that came out of nowhere, the same thing could happen to any one of us, man. Fame is a bitch. Vanity is a sin. And when you get too much of it, you start believing your own crap. You understand that? And let me tell you, I've been in enough, and listen, look, I'm not Thomas Albin. I'm just joking. But I've been in enough scenarios in my life to know that I have the ability to obtain fame. I have the ability to do it. But why in the hell? Why, folks? Why? What for? I mean, really, all I want is the message. All I want is the ideas. And that's what I convey on this broadcast, man. I mean, it wasn't until recently I started, selling some merch, and that was just because at the whim of the demand. But, for the most part, folks, I do this broadcast out of my own free will. I mean, I'm not, this is not something that is, putting food on my table, all right? I'm telling you right now. I do it more at first here when I came back in March so that Donald Trump can be president. Now that he is, I'm going to continue going because I think that we got to continue going. We got to continue to facilitate this capitalist revolution. And idiots, I'm not Thomas Albin. I wouldn't have said that if that was him, you dumbasses. Jesus Christ. But, hey, y'all believe that, go ahead and believe me, all right? Give me a break. We're going to be breaking a lot of women's hearts if you think I'm that gentleman. I'll tell you that right now. But listen to me. The whole reason why I'm not out here doing this crap is because I'm not an attention whore, all right? All right? I mean, I like my broadcast, all right? I mean, 65,000 live listeners, I'm cool with that. And not to mention there's 65,000 live listeners that really want to listen, all right? I mean, because radio is a hard medium. It's not something that you can just go ahead and just spit out whatever kind of garbage out of your damn head. I mean, you got to do something. You got to actually have some kind of thought process. Anyway, I'm not really Thomas Albin. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't have said that. You see that? You make a joke. You see, that's what happened to Baked Alaska. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not taking Baked Alaska's side, but come on, Baked Alaska. You're getting paid $5,000 a month. You're not supposed to be making Jew jokes, all right? I mean, come on, let's be honest, all right? I mean, and you want to know why? Because Cernovich, what Cernovich is trying to do? He's trying to become legitimate media. And by Baked Alaska being on his payroll, making some Jew joke, I mean, it basically kind of puts a damper on him being legitimate at all. And that's why they had to get rid of him. And that's why none of those idiots are going to be legitimate, because they're stupid. I mean, to be honest with you, man, listen. I don't understand the appeal of Cernovich. I mean, okay, Guerrilla Mindset, I've read it. Meh. I don't get it. I don't get these appeals of these people. I mean, I kind of understood Milo. He's a flamboyant fruit. We needed some flamboyant fruits on our side during the campaign. He was good for that. Campaign's over. He can go out and do whatever the kind of fruit bowl crap he wants. We don't want him anymore. That kind of thing. All right. So anyway, let me continue. Listen, I'm not Thomas Albin, assholes. I'm just kidding. Jesus Christ, shove it up your ass. That's not me. All right. You know what I was thinking about doing? I'm serious. I'm thinking about having a party. Unfortunately, I can't do it this New Year's, but I'm thinking about having a party and, charging, I don't know. You know what? Never mind. Every time I say something, you people are like, yeah, well, you said it, Ghost. You promised. I don't promise anything. Anyway, listen, I'm done with talking about these jerk-offs, man. I'm just tired of these people, these self-important assholes, man. I'm tired of them. I'm sorry, I'm tired of them, man. I mean, with all due respect, Cernovich, I mean, I haven't seen you do a goddamn thing, man. I mean, with all due respect, us in the capitalist army, we put our freedom on the line. We've done a lot of stuff. I've only given you a small portion of what we've done. And look that up. I mean, go back in my Twitter timeline, man. We doxed the leadership of the Black Panther Party. We doxed the leadership of Black Lives Matter. I mean, we were the ones that released the private messages from D-Ray's Twitter account when he's talking to Nita and claiming that, we just talked to Loretta Lynch and she's trying to do something and trying to cause civil unrest so that they can implement martial law. And I'm serious. It's just, where the hell were you guys? Seriously, where the hell were you guys? And listen to me, because we doxed the Black Panther Party and we knew, listen, we didn't threaten them, all right? We just said, hey, listen, you guys go out and commit violence. We know who you are. We know where your families are. And we're just going to go to your house and ask you a few questions if you commit violence. And they didn't even show up. They didn't even show up. So that's why I'm saying, I mean, you know, what we have conducted in the capitalist army actually prevented things. I mean, Jesus Christ. Listen, we're selfless. We're faceless. But I just cannot stand seeing these idiots getting all this notoriety, and they are talking for us. You're not talking for us. Cernovich, you're not talking for me. Baked Alaska, Milo, Spencer, Sam Hyde, you idiots are not talking for me, all right? You people are just Johnny-come-latelys, with all due respect, all right? I wouldn't be surprised if half you assholes actually voted for Obama, all right? So shove it up your ass. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Let's go ahead and take some calls. Am I wrong? Am I the bad guy? 563-999-3791. And if I am the bad guy, then I don't want to be right, baby. Because I'm a capitalist, folks. And what do you always hear me say? Capitalism or death. I'm a capitalist till the day I die. I don't give a crap about these two-bit politics anymore. You can buy politicians. You understand that? You understand that? It's all about capitalism, baby. Money and the power. Money and the power. Anyway, I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this nonsense that we're talking about, the so-called alt-right mouthpieces? What do you think about them? Do you think that, they deserve their high prominence of being mouthpieces for the right wing? I want to hear from you. 563-999-3791. Let's take some callers here. How about 706? What do you think about all this crap?
Hey, I think it's just crazy, and I think just on a separate note, you got to stop letting all these trolls get to you, man. Like, exercise your right of free speech and just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but you know what? Listen to me. I'm not some punk. You understand that? If somebody's going to say something to me, I'm going to say something back. You understand that? I'm not joking around. Anyway, who else do we got going on over here? How about, a bunch of anonymouses here, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. How about area code 831? You're on the horn. What do you got to say about all this crap?
Hey, so the thing about Richard Spencer, the Richard Spencer is different from Mike Cernovich, is that Mike Cernovich is one of those civic nationalists, kind of one of the alt-light break-offs. So, him and Milo Yiannopoulos are really against asking the Jewish question, and these are sort of things that the alt-right, like Richard Spencer and people like that are really trying to push. And they know that Donald Trump isn't exactly an alt-right. He's never been about that, but they kind of see that as being a step towards what they're trying to do. So I think they're just kind of looking at that.
Well, what exactly are they trying to do? Are they trying to bring back the Fourth Reich? What exactly is the objective?
So, it's kind of a cafeteria at this point, because there is some people who do prefer socialism, but at the same time, there are other people who are pro-capitalist who just kind of want Anglo-Saxon identity being a forefront of the agenda when making political decisions?
Well, listen, I mean, I think that regardless of racial components, I think that what should be driving people is ideas. And it's the idea, if you just take a look at communism for a second, communism is able to agitate any nation state into fighting against itself because communism understands how to pit groups against each other. I mean, that's the whole basis of communism, agitation, order out of chaos. I mean, that's the whole means in which communism comes to play. Now, what I'm trying to get across here is that this idea of white nationalism, okay, it's not going to come about in America, okay, because America is not traditionally white Anglo-Saxon. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a freaking social justice warrior here, but Anglo-Saxon encompasses a whole array of different races, and even in that Anglo-Saxon tenant, there are Anglo-Saxon variants in which are looked upon as second-class, third-class citizens. One in particular is the Irish. The Irish are looked upon by other Anglo-Saxons as low-grade trash, as dummies, as half-tards. It's the truth. I mean, they don't look too highly on the Scots either. I mean, you understand? I mean, so when I hear white Anglo-Saxon, when I hear white nationalism, I don't get what you people are talking about, all right? I mean, and not to mention, I don't think that you folks know what you're talking about. I mean, whenever I hear anybody who is pro-white nationalist, okay, they usually, do the Hail Hitler, they got the Nazi symbols, but Hitler was a socialist. He was a national socialist. And the funny part about the variant of National Socialism is that, okay, he kept everything in private hands as far as the means of production. He kept them in private hands, but he and he alone was the dictator of what was produced. And that's National Socialism. And not to mention, he was able to make and act laws that literally turned his National Socialist state into a fascist state. So he literally threw in all kinds of variants of politics and threw it into one. So in my personal opinion, I just don't see where people are talking about white Anglo-Saxon. Are you talking about the English, the Brit-ish? Are you talking about the Scot-ish? Are you talking about the true white folks? And let me tell you, you want to know where the whitest of white folks are? In Chechnya. And those white folks, you know what they are right now? They're freaking Muslim. I mean, the Caucasus of Chechnya, you ever heard of that? No, I bet you haven't. Well, where, in an area of Chechnya, which is around Russia, they call it the Caucasus. That's where you get the term Caucasian, because in the Caucasus of Chechnya is where the whitest people come from. All right? Oh! And you see, this is where I don't understand this whole white nationalism nonsense. Because if we're going to get back to the tribe thing, well, then let's get back to the tribe thing. I mean, what are we really? What are we really? And you see, nobody who is a supposed Puritist, whether you're a white separatist, a black separatist, a Mexican separatist, nobody even wants to go down that direction of debate because they know I'm telling the truth. All right? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And look, people are saying don't call Scotsman, Irishman, or Welshman Anglo-Saxon. Well, hey, with all due respect, I mean, y'all were looked highly upon by the nobility of England. I mean, do I have to recall history on you folks that, Ireland was a dumping ground for, trash? I mean, lest we forget, do y'all remember the transplantation of I believe it was the Spaniard Basques from Spain into, I believe it was Basques, the Spaniard Basques from Spain into Ireland, and they just, I forgot which king it was. I believe it was Philip or James, threw all these damn Spaniard Basques into Ireland, and these Spaniard Basques did so much fucking, excuse my French, they did so much screwing in Ireland that's why you have the Black Irish. So that's all I'm saying. Listen, look, I'm not trying to have a debate against anything. I'm just saying, listen, you want white nationalism? I mean, why don't you be appropriate about it? Why don't you be appropriate about it then? You know what I mean? I mean, let me explain this. I bet none of you white nationalists even know what the hell the goddamn Confederate flag means. Nobody knows what the Confederate flag means. The Confederate flag is an Irish symbol. The blue cross is the cross of St. Andrews. You dumbasses. So what does that tell you about the Confederate flag? That the majority of those that were out there on the Confederacy were Scottish. Not German, not Bavarian, which is really the basis of white nationalism. So all I'm saying is, if we're going to go down this road of white nationalism and racial components, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves, for Christ's sake. Good God. And look, I got some idiot here saying that the Confederate was just a battle flag. See, this is how stupid. And this is a white nationalist over here, and this is how stupid white nationalists are. You know what I mean? Do you even know what St. Andrews is? That's the cross of St. Andrews. You want to know why during Christmas they say Merry Xmas? They say Merry Xmas because they believe in St. Andrew. They celebrate St. Andrew during Christmas, during Xmas. You dumb, uneducated pieces of garbage. Oh, good God, man. Listen. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with white nationalism and all that crap, but you sound just as ignorant as Black Lives Matter. You sound just as ignorant as La Raza. I'm serious. I mean, this whole white nationalist crap, it has no basis whatsoever. Now, listen, if y'all are a bunch of Scots and y'all are like, hey, we're going to bring back the Confederate flag because it's a Scottish symbol, and, that's what it is, and we're Scottish, and we're proud, and, Scottish this, and we're wearing kilts. Hey, that's one thing, okay? At least you have a direction. At least your white, whatever, nationalism is based on an actual tribe out here. All right, but let's be honest. The Brits didn't like the Irish. They weren't big fans of the Scottish, all right? They weren't big fans of the Welsh, all right? These are all different variants of white people. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they don't teach this crap at school, do they? They just don't teach this garbage at school. Anyway, listen, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for you to please add me to your following. Follow me on Twitter, all right? Follow me on Twitter at PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? And, look, Mark, I thank you very much for this this tweet. He said, Ghost, it's because they absorb 4chan memes instead of studying political philosophies for themselves. Exactly right. Now listen, unless you're going to come at me with some level of legitimacy of what basis in which white Anglo-Saxon, white nationalism, whatever. I mean, I'm willing and open to hear it. All right? But not even, with all due respect, and I know that you all love Hitler out here, all right, all you damn white nationalists, y'all think Hitler is so great, with all due respect, Hitler wasn't even full German. I mean, that's another thing that it's like the freaking Sean King and the Rachel Dolezal thing with the black folk. All right? I mean, you do understand that Hitler was half Jewish. I mean, you do understand this. That's why when he came to power, the first thing he did was destroy his hometown and kill his teachers. Why? Because he didn't want anybody to know he was a freaking Jew. So, I'm just saying, man, I mean, even the whole white nationalist idea is a farce, all right? Because with all due respect, you're just like the black folk, with all due respect, okay? Y'all are being led around by folks that you hate, all right? The folks that you're supposed to not like, that you hate, huh? I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, I'm serious. Black folks are being led around, and I said this to some freaking wannabe black activist today on Twitter. You're being led around by blatant white people in blackface, light skins, which, folks, believe it or not, there is a big racist overtone in the black community between black skin or dark skins and light skins. I mean, it's huge. But most of their leadership, even though most of black America doesn't like light skins, they still allow them to lead them around by the nose. Even though they're clowning them in social settings, they're still allowing them to lead them. And look at this asshole that's president now. And if they're not blackface, white people in blackface, if they're not light skinned, they're homos. They're blatant, outright bottom-taking homosexuals. So that's why I'm trying to bring all this up, man. I mean, you have to look at your freaking leadership, and you have to know what the hell you are talking about. All right, I know it's real quick, it's real easy to be like, yeah, white supremacy, white nationalism, yeah. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. What white are you talking about? There's different variants of white, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then I've got somebody saying, well, Chechens are Slavs. They're a throwback in evolution, just like Russians. Oh, well, you see, there we go. There's white on white right there hate. You see that? White on white hate. So what white nationalism are you talking about? I'm just asking. I'm just asking what nationalism, white nationalism are you talking about? Jesus Christ, man. I'm serious. I'm just sick and tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of hearing white nationalism, white pride, white this. What the hell is white? All right? Are you British? Are you, Scottish? Are you Irish? Are you Welsh? Are you, what are you? What variant of white are you? Are you Polish? Remember, I mean, that's a group of white folks that everybody hates. Even fellow white people hate fellow Polacks. I'm just saying, man, I'm tired of hearing white nationalism, What white? What white are you talking about? Because as I stated, at least in the South, during the Civil War, that damn flag that they were flying up, the Confederate flag, that flag had meaning. It had religious and cultural signification. That meant that the majority of the South were Scots, and they celebrated Xmas. And it was the cross of St. Andrews. That's why you see a big X on the goddamn rebel flag, on the Confederate flag. That's why they celebrate Xmas, you dumbass. Jesus Christ, man. Give me my beer, for Christ's sake. Give me my drink. And then I'm just... And listen, I'm just as critical about this with the black folk. I mean, did you all hear my last broadcast? I called out the black folk, all right? Now I'm calling out the white folk, all right? I'm calling you guys out. Well, what the hell's going on here? What is white nationalism? What is it? No one can define it. People are tweeting at Richard Spencer and being like, hey, man, can you define white nationalism? He can't do it. He can't. Because there is no such thing. There's so many variants of white. Did you know there was 100 years war between French and English? White against white. I mean, I mean, give me a break, man. It's stupid. That's why these communists are able to manipulate you morons like they're able to do. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, and then, you know, because of this whole white nationalism nonsense, you give these people fodder. You know what I'm saying? You give these people fodder to say, you see, they're racist. You see that? They're just racist bastards. And, you know, once you have put it in the minds of everyday people, because remember, it's not about you, you alt-right mouthpieces. It's not about you. It's about whether or not you can convince enough people to not just believe in who the hell you are, but the ideas that you convey. Remember, nobody knows who the hell I am. Nobody's ever seen me. But yet my ideas that I convey on this broadcast live, and they are materialized. They manifest. And that's all there is to it, man. Oh, my God. And listen, I mean, I'm not trying to talk down to you people, but it's very hard to debate people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, and listen, people that at first, in the beginning of this diatribe, they were tweeting at me and saying, oh, Ghost, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, this and that. And then when I started saying, oh, yeah, well, what white are you talking about, all of a sudden people got quiet on Twitter. And you want to know why they got quiet on Twitter? Because they know that they are nothing. And let me tell you, the funny part about it is that the Europeans that take so much pride in supposed, you know, white nationalism or whatever, they're the ones being overran by Muslims right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're the ones being literally, you know, submitted by a bunch of wild Yehudis and allowed it to happen. So I'm just saying, man, I'm just, if y'all are that concerned about white nationalism, you know what I'm saying? If y'all are that concerned about white nationalism, Germany could use your help right now. You know that? Germany could use your help right now. Why are you sitting here flapping your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard and not helping Germany from the overrun of wild Yehudis that are coming into its freaking border? How about that? How come you're not out there going and trying to help Germany from preventing itself from becoming some kind of a wild Yehudi goddamn state? Why? Because y'all are all talk, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are all talk. And listen, it's easy to talk. It's easy to say a bunch of stuff. Because when you don't know shit, then you can just say shit. Excuse my French. You know, and I'm hearing, look at this, white pride worldwide. What the hell does that mean? I bet you that you saying white pride worldwide, I bet you wouldn't be in the same room as a Polak, huh? I bet you wouldn't be in the same room as a Chechenian, a white Muslim Chechenian. How about that? How you like that? That's white person. That's white pride right there. How you like that? Of course, they can't say anything because with all due respect to my brethren in Europe, you should be more concerned about your own chains of bondage that your people have been in for thousands upon thousands of years. With all due respect to my European brethren, okay, you have literally lived through thousands of years of monarchism, believing that some god anointed a family of inbred imbeciles as the anointed leaders of a country, all right? I mean, just take France, for instance, for Christ's sake. I mean, there was 15 Louis, for Christ's sake. I mean, how many years is that? How many years is that? I'm serious. How many years is that? And and that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, now all of a sudden, all these people that have been oppressed by, monarchs for thousands upon thousands of years, which are now being overtaken by wild Yehudis, now they're going to sit here and try to say, hey, white pride and this and that. Hey, Germany needs your help. Sweden needs your help. If you're a frog, France needs your help. Go nuts, man. Go nuts. Why don't you help your white brethren? I mean, there are German, Sweden. You can't get any whiter than German and Sweden, man. And they're being overran by wild Yehudis. The wild Yehudis are raping the women out there. How come you're not out there helping these people? How come you're not out there helping these people, white nationalists? How come you're not helping the Germans and the Swedes? If you're so down for your white race, why aren't you going out there and volunteering your life to help these people? Yeah, because it's easy to talk garbage over the internet, huh? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Anyway, look, I've had enough of this goddamn show, okay? But really, what I'm doing here is exposing the hypocrisy of all these different variants within the Trump train, and it's about time that these people just shut their mouths and continue to dance around like a bunch of monkeys and, sell their books and, sell their speaking engagements and whatever the hell else they're selling, and then just shut up about Donald Trump, all right? You people were all up on the Donald Trump stick, and now that he's not, obliging whatever racial, ridiculous idealism that's in your stupid, meaningless head, now all of a sudden Donald Trump is the big bad wolf. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden Donald Trump is some big bad cuck, Jew lover, or whatever the hell you people are talking about. Hey, baby, this is capitalism. This is money. You understand that? The communists took over this state, and I'm talking about the state of America, and they have ruined it. It is our time now, folks. It is the capitalist time. This is a capitalist revolution. And you just wait until we take control of this goddamn government and see what the hell's about to happen. You just wait and see what the capitalists do to this country. We are going to turn it around, baby. We are going to make America great again. We're going to put people back to work. We're going to make opportunity available for everyone so that anyone who has the ambition, the creativity, the innovation, the know-how, they can be all they can be, and they can generate as much wealth as they possibly can. Anyway, folks, listen, we've got about 45 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, all right? And I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you got to do is give me a call right now at 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. And before we get into Radio Graffiti, folks, I want to remind everybody, all of a sudden, now that Christmas is over, all of a sudden Inner Circle members are like, hey, I want my Christmas card, even though I put out ample enough amount of different opportunities. Now, there are 2 people that I legitimately looked over, and my apologies to those 2 people. You know who you are. But look, if you wanted an Inner Circle Christmas card, today is the deadline. You either DM me or email the email on your receipt, your digital receipt, and that's it. I mean, this is the final day. I'm going to send them all out tomorrow. That's it. No more. All right? I mean, that's it. It's over. All right? And not to mention, folks, people that are wanting to be a part of the Inner Circle, listen, I'm thinking about possibly tomorrow night after the show, Baller Friday, putting up. I'm only going to put up 50 more slots, and that's it, man. I mean, the Inner Circle's got to be small. It's got to be tight, and that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. I've got a lot of things planned for the Inner Circle in 2017. I'm going to stay in contact. We're going to make sure to have a voice chat room, so we're always commiserating with each other, so I can talk to the Inner Circle, that sort of thing. And that's all there is to it, man. I mean, we got all kinds of perks when you're in the Inner Circle, baby. All kinds of perks. Anyway, folks, without any further ado, do we got any freaking Radio Graffiti callers there, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, Radio Graffiti, and let's get to it right now. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? It's Willie Atkins Radio Graffiti.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy, King Edward Undead. I'm roasting Twiley Atkins. I think Twiley Atkins does this funny Fluttershy voice. I think it's pretty lit. And yeah, she is a brony troll, of course. To me, I feel like she's got a sparkling personality, and all she's got in her life is fucking joy. Did you hear what El Paso Loco said? And I do agree with this. She's trolling me hard. She's got me by the fucking balls. That's true. And she's anally fisting me hard into the woodshed like a pussy.
Oh, man, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Did you actually say that? Oh, good God. Oh, my God. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. All right, great. An 8-bit, all right, 8-bit FU Texas. Real funny. Stupid moron. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Templeton, you can't crap there. Crap on, engineer. Thanks, Templeton. I appreciate it, pal. Templeton, you... Man, that's not funny, man. Now you're making fun of the engineer. They're making fun of you, engineer. I told you these online people aren't your friends. I told you these online people are heartless, man. They're soulless. Good God. 805 Radio Graffiti. Happy Hanukkah from J-Man Capitalist. I wear yarmulkes for filters. I am not entirely certain that the Holocaust actually happened. Goddamn, I'm tempted to light a fire in the synagogue right now. Oy vey! Hey, I'm not a freaking Jew! Oy vey! How about a ham sandwich? Handouts for you! I want jihad. My Jewish brethren. Shove up matable up your ass. I wear yarmulkes for filters. I am not entirely certain that the Holocaust actually happened. Goddamn, I'm tempted to light a fire in the synagogue. Get this remix out of here, for Christ's sake! Damn it! Never said that crap! God damn it, you son of a bitch! You see, I know where we're going today with this goddamn Bathhouse Thursday. I know where we're going today. Jesus Christ. You know what, man? I'm serious, man. Stop it. Just stop it. Let's just have a nice, peaceful Radio Graffiti, all right? I mean, give me the mic. Freaking mic, man. I mean, how long do we have the freedom of doing Radio Graffiti thanks to goddamn Mulatto Obama and signing in NDAA 2017? How long do we really got? Jesus Christ. 443 Radio Graffiti.
True Butter Radio. Hold on, folks. The badass of eating too much butter. Give him butter or give him death. Live from his butter office in San Antonio, Texas.
I just gotta drink a little bit more butter.
And now he'll take it from here, the man who eats too much butter.
Hey, shut up, all right? Now, listen, I don't eat too much butter, all right? I honestly believe a stick of butter a day keeps the doctor away, all right? And not to mention, folks, I'd like to remind everybody that 98% of our brain is cholesterol, and whenever you get these, you know what, forget about it. It's not even worth talking sometimes because I know it's just going to go in one ear and out the other with you people. All right, but Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Red and Snake thought his story was funny, clever, and witty. But in actuality, it was just very shitty. Leave the fanfics to me, kid, the filthy Slav said. I have been doing these gigs since you were pissing your bed. Watch and learn, you ass-kissing beta fag, as I write a story where Ghost uses the New Year's baby as his personal cum rag. Ghost bounced Chuck E. Cheese tokens into the baby's foreskin, and upon its asshole he placed a dreidel to spin. This was legal in Texas, the land of guns and lard, because everyone who lives there is a fucking retard. He ping-ponged his testicles.
Shut this stupid, dumb foreigner. Shut up, you stupid immigrant! God damn it! Shut up your ass, you damn broken English immigrant bastard! Learn how to spoken before you call me, boy! Learn your ass how to spoken articulately before you call me and try to troll me there, boy. Son of a bitch, give me the mic. You're the freaking goddamn mic. I know what you idiots are trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to turn this into a bathhouse Thursday and shove it up your ass. Jesus Christ, man. And since whatever the hell, I don't know what the hell is it, a fanfic or whatever the hell you people were doing there, whatever it was, for Christ's sake, I mean, oh my God, they're referencing Raiden Snake. So let's go ahead and bring Raiden Snake. We haven't heard from him since the infamous Christmas Eve episode in which he, read some kind of a poem in which, Santa Claus got anal raped, or I don't know what it is. But let's bring him on. We haven't heard from him. What's going on to Raiden Snake? How you doing, man?
Well, I want to formally apologize about Christmas Eve, to be honest. It was not intentional, I swear to you that now. All it was just a Christmas card I read out, and I've obviously tweeted it, it's like on Christmas Day, to prove that's the point. And I do formally apologise if I upset you and offend you. I did state that it could be offensive, and I do formally apologise, guys. I swear to you now.
No, listen, maybe, I overreacted a little bit on Christmas Eve. It was, look, I expected a little bit of vulgarity. I did not expect what I heard from you on that particular day. It just out of left field. I mean, literally out of left field there, Raiden Snake. I mean, it was shocking. It was shocking, to say the least.
Well, what else can I say? Like I said, the whole context of the entire Christmas card is all there. I put it on Twitter. I put the whole thing there to prove it was just what I was reading from, nothing else.
No, I understand, Raiden, and listen, I mean, I was just trying to have a Christmas. I was in the Christmas spirit going on, and then to hear, Santa Claus, being anal raped, blowing a fart or something. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was just shocking, to say the least. And I appreciate you calling up and giving a little bit of an apology there, even though I don't know if you should apologize. I wasn't prepared for it.
Danny, I just figured out that if I switch to Metro PCS, I get 2 Samsung Galaxy phones free.
Cool, Dad.
And I could be a super dad with 2 free Samsung Galaxy phones and call myself Double Galaxy Man.
Or you could give the second phone to your sidekick.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
That's right. 2 free Samsung Galaxy On5 smartphones are all yours when you switch to Metro PCS. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
When it comes to choosing a supermarket, why not stick to the facts? Fact is, Albertsons is just better. Nicer, fresher, faster, and friendlier. Come on in and see for yourself. For a delicious dinner this week, stop by the meat department and get fresh 80% lean ground beef, ground fresh in-store daily, just $2.99 a pound when you buy 3 pounds or more. And stop by produce and pick up sweet jumbo cantaloupe, 2 for $3. Fresher meats, sweeter produce, better deals. Albertsons. Fact is, it's just better.
No, well, I do formally apologise, and I mean it, Ghost. I swear to you now. Like I said, it was not intentional. I can assure you of that.
Don't worry about it. I believe you, man. Hey, thank you very much there, Raiden Snake. I mean, I don't want to keep you on the spot here. I accept your apology. Everything's all good. And for you folks that didn't hear the poem on Christmas Eve that Raiden Snake, I don't know where it came from, but go back in the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Listen to it for yourself. I don't know what to say about it. Something about Santa Claus being anal raped, and then he blew a fart, and he blew the whole chimney apart, or some crap like that. I don't know. Good God. Anyway, at least thank you very much for the apology, Raiden Snake. I appreciate it. How about 813 Radio Graffiti?
The San Antonio Police Department has traced the whereabouts of a very disturbed individual who has kept a mentally disabled male in his basement and forced him to assist with his internet radio show. SWAT teams are moving forward as the suspect is armed and considered extremely dangerous.
Yo, what the hell is that? You idiot swatting me? Oh, shit. Oh, Christ! Oh, Christ, no! Get away! Get away, I'm armed! You son of a bitch. Damn it! That's not funny! God damn it, that's not funny, you son of a bitch, man! Let me tell you something right now, man. I really thought I was being swatted, man. I really thought I was being swatted. And you want to just keep reliving it. You want to keep rubbing it in my face. You want to keep twisting the knife, don't you? I don't even know why I'm broadcasting. Give me the mic. Give me that damn mic. Jesus Christ. I don't even know why I'm goddamn broadcasting, for Christ's sake. You people are screwed up. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
While shitposting on Twitter about saving the white race, he began ranting about Hollywood, Vons, and a wizard while covering the baby's face with his greasy man blizzard. Ghost breathing was getting more heavy and frantic, like Carrie Fisher's on a flight across the transatlantic. He deflowered the baby like a truck entering a German shop, bouncing it on his lap like a never-ending New Year's ball drop. He came so hard he launched the baby off his penile plateau, and the New Year's baby flew in the air higher than the death toll in Aleppo.
Just get the stupid, sick, perverted immigrant. Get him on my show! Get him off my goddamn show! Damn it! Get that stupid, dumb immigrant off my show! I'm telling you, you people are pissing me off today. I'm telling you right now, you're pissing me off! You're pissing me off, man. Jesus Christ, give me the mic. Goddamn mic. Give me the mic, man. You people are pissing me off in this freaking Bathhouse Thursday edition that you people are turning this stupid goddamn third hour into, boy. Jesus Christ, man. 973 Radio Graffiti.
I thought I'd roll down to a little whorehouse on the other side of town. The beers were low and the fashion was high. I need some drinks to lay down.
Yeah, well, get a better Obama phone there, you milky liquor. Jesus Christ, we can barely understand you. How about 213 Radio Graffiti? Yeah, Jesus Christ, we got a freaking Helen Keller deaf mute. How about 540 Radio Graffiti?
It will be legal in Texas to shoot Thomas Albert. And hey, it's me. I'm Thomas Albert.
You son of a... Damn it. That's not funny! That's not funny, you son of a bitch! Listen, y'all are pushing my buttons today. I'm telling you this right now. You're pushing my buttons. I'm going to end this show early today. I'm telling you that right now. You keep this crap up. I'm going to end this son of a bitch early if you keep this crap up. I'm warning you. I'm warning you all right now. Give me the freaking... Look, man, I'm telling you this right now. You people are pissing me off. Y'all better stop this, or I'm stopping the show. All right? I don't need to be putting up with this crap, especially so close to New Year's Eve. Hell, I'm even doing a New Year's Eve broadcast, you ungrateful twats. Jesus Christ. Who the hell else do we have here, for Christ's sake? How about 474 Radio Graffiti?
New Year's Eve broadcast, you ungrateful twat.
What the hell is that about, for Christ's sake? I don't even know what the hell you're doing. Just shove your goddamn reverb up your ass. How about 704 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Gus. How you doing?
How's it going?
Doing pretty well. I was wondering if you had time to take a serious question. I know it's Radio Graffiti, but thought I'd ask.
Go ahead.
So I want to talk about Israel a little bit. I was hoping you could provide a little bit of insight into its relation into politics nowadays, and also the inception of its country itself. You know, the two-state system. I was hoping you could provide a little insight into that.
Well, you can pretty much thank the English for that problem. All right. I mean, you know, if you want to go back into the history of the state of Israel, that was English's deal. All right. So, you know, they were the ones that occupied that area, and you know, so on and so forth. Now, how that relates to politics now, it's a very inconvenient international relation policy, to be honest with you. I'm pretty much sick of talking about the freaking Palestinian Israel situation, to be completely honest. All right. Now, do I have a dog in that fight? No, I don't. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell you want me to say about it. All right, but what the administration is doing at this point in time, I think is completely ridiculous and is giving fodder to Middle Eastern Yehudi countries into potentially, you know, destabilizing an already disabled Middle East. But, you know, hey, what do I know? How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Are you all right? Doing good?
Yeah, I'm all right. What's going on, man?
Well, I just wanted to talk about what happened on episode 420, you know, talking about ending 2016 with a bong, no pun intended. But I was just concerned about what happened, you know. Want to make sure you're all right, you know, smoking that puffy wuffy, man. You could start tripping balls and shit. And I mean that literally, you know.
I appreciate your concern. Listen, I did that one time. It was a 420 episode situation. Not going to do it again. And believe me, now I understand, you know, that this new tobacco, all right, this new whacker tobacco, I should say, this wacky tobacco, this marijuana. It's pretty harsh stuff nowadays, man. This is weaponized marijuana that they've got going on out here. Definitely weaponized marijuana. How about 931 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I just want to take 1 minute of your time. I've been listening to your show for about 5 years, man. And I stumbled on it by mistake, listening to some Family Guy joke. And I've been listening to you since I've been in the Army. I'm out of the Army now. And I'm a Democrat. And to be honest with you, since listening to you, it changed my philosophy and I changed my thought process on a lot of things. Got me into the stock market, got me making smarter moves with my money and stuff, and I want to appreciate you. I already introduced you to a whole bunch of people in my family that doesn't agree with everything you say, but me being a black male, I want to tell you that I appreciate you and thank you. And keep doing the things that you're doing, man, and never back down.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, and thank you very much as well, and I appreciate you listening to me for so long, and I'm glad that certain elements of the show, that you were able to apply them to your personal life and be able to make yourself that much more successful. I mean, that's really the reason why I do the show. I mean, you know, regardless of what people think, that's why I do the show. I mean, people that are successful, they want to see other people successful. You know what I'm saying? And listen, what I mean by that is that successful people want to see other successful people successful. They don't want to just give anything to anybody, but if they see somebody who is ambitious and has the know-how and the knowledge, and if, you know, a successful person is in the position to give them an opportunity, a real, true, successful person will give them the opportunity. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, only people that are unsuccessful are haters. You know, only people that haven't accomplished a goddamn thing in their life really hate people and want to see people in misfortune, and they want to see people hurt, that sort of thing. You know, complete and utter life losers. Anyway, thank you once again, man. I appreciate it, man, and to many more shows as well. And good luck to your future endeavors. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, would you like to join my clan in World of Warcraft? We could use another paladin. I got rid of the last one because he was a nigger. We hung his corpse near the entrance to Stormwind. LOL.
Oh, shut up, you stupid, dumb, imbecilic moron. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I...
Look, hey, that's not going to be a meme regardless of how hard you try, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
He's not the kind of ghost you will have heard of before. He doesn't make you scream or make a boat with the floor. Hey, he's just a little guy looking for friends.
I can't even understand that stupid, dumbass, ridiculous, imbecilic song. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
He's not the kind of ghost you will have heard of before.
Hey, didn't I just call? Hang up those idiots. Hang them up, engineer, goddammit. Good God. How about 267 Radio Graffiti? Yeah, another Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. What a bunch of fruit bowls. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
United forever in friendship and labor, our mighty republics will ever...
Get that freaking Soviet Union anthem off my show! Get that commie crap off my show! I spit on commie crap! Puh! Freaking commies. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Hey, communist assholes, I'm warning you, shut that crap up! Shut that crap up! Son of a bitch. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Well, we got another Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. I mean, why are you even on the line, you dumbass? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Every year, my wife forces me to eat the tasty yeast infection out of her transvaginal mesh while she is on her...
Shut up! Jesus Christ, man. Who else do we have here? How about 352 Radio Graffiti?
My name is Fred Burger. I can spell my name real good. Fred Burger, Fred Burger, Fred Burger. Yes.
What the hell kind of tard crap was that? Jesus Christ. How about 609 Radio Graffiti?
Dormy Sweet Radio Graffiti telling you, I want carolers. I want that. So, what the hell is that? Yes, the Christmas spirit is alive! It's alive! Woo!
Oh, man, come on, man. I wouldn't do that to a bunch of carolers. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the hell to say anymore. You people are... 909 Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ, with your stupid, dumb Helen Keller deaf mutes, for Christ's sake. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. All right, shut up, you racist asshole. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. I mean, what kind of tard song is that, man? Seriously. What kind of a tard song is that? How about 210 Radio Graffiti?
Hello, Thomas Albin. What are you going to do with the Templeton today?
Stupid idiot. My name's not Thomas Albin, you jag-off. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti?
2 number 45, 1 with cheese, 2 number...
Jesus Christ, not this goddamn asshole! Damn it! Somebody tell that brother this ain't goddamn Church's Chicken! This ain't goddamn Popeyes with a 2-piece for $1.99! Jesus Christ, man! Never mind. I mean, enough of that asshole. Seriously, that guy's getting on my freaking nerves. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ, Helen Keller, deaf mute. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. All right, let's start. We're going to go ahead and hang up a bunch of anonymouses here, for Christ's sake, because that's not going to be a meme, all right? That is a dumb, stupid, ridiculous, idiot concept. It's probably one of the most racist cartoons on the planet, and why black people aren't going out to Seth MacFarlane's house to, ask him a few questions is beyond me, all right? 352 Radio Graffiti.
Yes, I'd like a large cheese pizza with extra sauce and dipping sticks.
I mean, what are you? I mean, this is not a restaurant. Shove it up your ass with that stuff. I'm telling you, man, you guys are pissing me off. Good God, man. Who else do we have here? How about another anonymous Radio Graffiti? Hey, listen. Shove that up your goddamn vodka cockeyed, mouth-breathing Ruski ass. That stupid Soviet national anthem. Shove it up your ass. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Is through the ages the dream of a people, their fortress secure.
God damn it, you son of a... You commie son of a bitch! I'm telling you, if you don't stop this crap, I'm gonna end this goddamn show early, you dumb sons of bitches! You goddamn dumb sons of bitches! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, my God. Let me freaking... Give me my beer, for Christ's sake. I got to take chugs of this beer, man. Y'all are pissing me off. As a matter of fact, I need some more freaking beer. Can't sit here and continue to do this dumb freaking broadcast to a bunch of jerk dicks out here without getting some more beer. Jesus Christ. I'm sick and tired of this crap, man. I'm telling you, I'm well over 1,500 hours of my life on this broadcast. And listen, all I ask is for a decent level of goddamn respect. You know that? Over 1,500 hours of my freaking life dedicated to this broadcast. I mean, just think about that, you stupid sack of crap. 3 hours a day, 5 times a week. Think about it. I'm talking about the energy. I'm talking about the passion. I'm talking about the fury. Yeah! The fury! The fury! Over 1,500 hours. Over 1,500 hours of my life. God damn you, man. God damn it. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. You're pissing me off, man. And you all want me to do a damn broadcast on New Year's Eve? Huh? Huh? Son of a bitch, man. You goddamn son of a bitch. Good God, man. I don't know what to... 805 Radio Graffiti.
Understanding all you see, it's getting hard to to me. Let me take you down.
Am I going to Strawberry Fields? Nothing is real. Yeah, we get it, all right? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's good, man? How's it going? Papa Nug's checking in. What's good? You okay?
How you doing?
Moving niggers north, moving niggers north. If they don't like our southern ways, then moving niggers north.
But what the hell is that crap, man? I thought we were gonna have a conversation or something. Sick racist bastard. 832 Radio Graffiti.
I'll have a number 9, a number 7 with extra semen. I want the number 4 with some caramel ghost. I want some toe jam. I want to lick ghost asshole dry. I think I also...
Oh, Jesus, with this stupid frog. God damn it, Kermit, you sick pervert bastard! I got a freaking perverted frog calling me every goddamn day, for Christ's sake, man. I got a perverted frog. A perverted goddamn frog, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ, man. Give me the mic. You got a perverted frog calling me every goddamn day. Jesus, you see what I have to put up with, man? Huh? You see? 817 Radio Graffiti.
Hi, Thomas's Deli. I'd like to order a large sandwich, extra cheese.
Yeah, shut up. And listen, I am not Thomas Albin, you moron. All right? I just said that because all you idiots think I am. Stupid morons. Who else do we have here, for heaven's sake? How about 405 Radio Graffiti?
I do not associate with niggers.
Some things just make you feel comfortable, like shopping at Vons. From the butcher block to the bakery and everywhere in between, Vons is fresher, with more organic products, more smiles, and low prices on the brands you trust. For a delicious dinner, shop with your club card and get USDA Choice Beef Tri-Tip Roast untrimmed boneless for just $3.99 a pound. And for a crisp, sweet snack, pick up large Envy apples for only $1.49 a pound with your club card. Vons. Fact is, it's just better.
Danny, I just figured out that if I switch to Metro PCS, I get 2 Samsung Galaxy phones free.
Cool, Dad.
And I could be a super dad with 2 free Samsung Galaxy phones and call myself Double Galaxy Man.
Or you could give the second phone to your sidekick.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
That's right. 2 free Samsung Galaxy On 5 smartphones are all yours when you switch to Metro PCS. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
I mean, you racist bastards, man. I'm telling you. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, learn how to play the ukulele, huh? Why don't you learn how to play the ukulele? Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost.
What's going on?
My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be.
Just shut up with that stupid song. It's not going to become a meme. The show sucks. 352 Radio Graffiti.
A double cheeseburger, onion rings, and a large orange drink, please.
Listen, assholes, stop calling me ordering up a freaking fast food order, all right? Y'all are starting to piss me off. Stop it. This is not goddamn chicken or freaking a burger joint or whatever the hell it is, Burger Boy, whatever the hell you think it is. How about 413 Radio Graffiti?
number 45, a number 45 large, one with dip, and large.
You son of a bitch. God damn it! I thought that was somebody playing guitar. I thought they were playing Cowboys from Hell on the guitar, and then they trolled me with that stupid, dumb, order-taking troll crap. Good God, you know what? I'm glad there's only 8 minutes goddamn left. I'm so goddamn glad. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. I mean, here I was thinking this goddamn guitarist was going to play Cowboys from Hell, which is a pretty goddamn good version of it, and then this guy starts... Jesus Christ, man. I always got to do this show, and I got to do it every goddamn day, and I get over 1,500 hours, and it's the kind of crap I get? Jesus Christ. 541 Radio Graffiti. Pretty damn good. I'm telling you, we got some pretty good guitarists up in here, man. I'm telling you. All right, pretty good musicians out here. I'm trying to get the band back together myself. Michael J. Fox and the Shakes. That was my old band. I'm trying to get it back together, and we're going to see what's going on. We'll be doing some jamming, you know. We'll be shaking a leg, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we got Karaskin, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, put me on the horn. I want to speak to the caller 614. I believe he's got a totally legit question to ask me.
All right. I don't like where this is headed, but I'll play along, Karaskin. All right, I'll play along just this one time. 614, you got something to say? What's going on?
Karaskin, I gotta say, this strip poker thing is totally legit. Looks like that full house beats my 3 kings. And looks like I lose again, although with this game, you never really lose.
Oh, Ghost, you want to join us? Losers loses all the clothes.
Oh, my God. What the hell am I just... What am I listening to? What the hell? What kind of fruity dildo fagging crap was that? What kind of fruit bowl garbage was that? Take about 10 steps away from my freaking butt crack with that talk, boy. Oh, man. Man, this Bathhouse Thursday's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Oh, my God. Give me the You know, this Bathhouse Thursday is getting worse and worse and worse, man. Oh. Look, man, I don't even want to take any more calls after that, man. I don't even know. I mean, what am I supposed to say about that? What am I supposed to say about that? I mean, what are we going to expect from Karaskin now? Are we going to expect a Karaskin? Oh my! Are we going to expect that from Karaskin now? Oh my God! I don't know what to say. Y'all hear the ghetto bird? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that chopper over the house? Listen to that crap. Listen. Y'all hear the ghetto bird? Y'all hear that? I'm telling you, man. I have freaking choppers. You know, they hover over the goddamn house over here. When I'm out back trying to smoke a cigar, I'm seeing drones, for Christ's sake. I'm not joking, man. I mean, do you think that these assholes like Cernovich and Baked Alaska and Milo and all that crap, you think they're being surveyed like yours truly over here? Well, I'll tell you why they're not. Because I am the underground. I am the underground, for Christ's sake. And everybody knows it, too. Everybody knows it, for Christ's sake, man. Anyway, folks, look, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, all right, for a Baller Friday, all right, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. And once again, folks, we are having the Ghosties on New Year's Eve. And I will announce the official time of the New Year's Eve show tomorrow. And for you folks that are actually waiting for the 50 Inner Circle slots that will be available, I'm going to put them to tomorrow after the show, and they'll be available probably up until maybe January 2nd or something, and then that's it, man. I mean, you know, the Inner Circle, we're tight, we're a few, and we're capitalizing, baby. You understand what I'm saying? All right? We're capitalizing like a mofo. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me on this broadcast. Once again, it's been a great, great year. Aside from the troll terrorists and the cyber vermin, you know, trying to besmirch my show, besmirch me, make fun of me, want me dead, talk about my granny, all that stuff. I think it was a successful year. The Trump train was victorious. And that's why earlier in the broadcast, folks, I was so pissed off about Cernovich. I was so pissed off about Milo and Richard Spencer and, you know, Baked Alaska and all these idiots, because these people are nothing but self-serving imbeciles that literally utilize the Trump campaign for their own personal and financial gain. And those of us on the capitalist army side, we did so much work. We did so many integral things that enabled history to be made. And that history was Donald Trump being elected president of the United States. And I was dead serious when I came back in March, and I'm still serious. And I warned each and every one of you that Donald Trump's presidency, his candidacy, was a representation of the capitalist movement flourishing into a full-fledged revolution. And that's what we're witnessing right before our very eyes, folks. The capitalists, we have taken control of state power. And once Donald Trump is sworn in as president, you are going to see a government like no one has ever seen before in their life. We have literally nominated the best of capitalists, those that were at the top that understand that the fleecing of America to enable a global bureaucracy like the UN, like the EU, is not something in America's best interest. All right? So as far as I'm concerned, I am looking forward to next year, and I can't wait for Baller Friday, and I cannot wait for this New Year's Eve broadcast, baby. And I hope that you partake in it, because the Ghosties, that's right, the Ghosties, is this New Year's Eve. Are you going to win one? Are you going to nominate somebody for one? Are you going to be there? I hope you do, folks. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, and I will be here tomorrow for Baller Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's Templeton. Hey, what are you doing, Templeton? What is it? You can't wait for Baller Friday? Anyway, you can't wait for Baller Friday. I'm out of here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, Baller Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not even Templeton can wait for it, baby. Listen to him. He can't wait. He can't wait for it. Baller Friday, New Year's Eve, Ghosties. It's the Ghosties. It's the Ghosties. Ah!